Alright, shalom, shalom. We are the Building Soldiers. Back at it once again. Right, we come out here on Sundays, right? In season, out of season. First and foremost, I'm going to give all honor and glory to
Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, and Kakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who we learn from on a daily. Shalom to the hope for electors, the glory and true sincerity. And to you, Rib, to your sisters out there, let the signs stay in order. Shalom.
Shalom.
Right, so there's a lot of things going on in the news, man. There's a lot, the Lord has allowed us to witness, man. And it's a pleasure, and it's an honor for us to actually be in these times, right? With everything that's going on in the Middle East, right? How so-called people of the book have been cheating the land. Not only that, but the inhabitants of the land, right? They have been even breaking their own treaties, right? I just read that they was dropping phosphorus onto the people, which is a chemical that lights about 1,600 degrees, right? On the people, on kids, women, right? They regard nobody. And that's how the Lord made these things, right? Pertaining to the book of, can you get Deuteronomy 28 where it says, a fifth nation?
Deuteronomy 28?
Yes.
28?
Right, because the Lord had made these people a perfect evil, right, to fulfill his purpose, which is to make him the wicked of the earth, right? In order to do that, this guy has to regard nothing and nobody or life itself.
You know what verse it is? Or what you say? Perfect what? Look it up.
I think it's like 28 and 50 or something like that.
Right there, I got it. Is it this one? Let's start at 49. We're going to make that straight to the point.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Hold on. So you see, the Lord has brought these people, right? They was created for this purpose, right? They was blessed with the sword, right? And that's how they gained their riches, right? They were blessed with the dew of the heavens and the earth, right? Because they got it through bloodshed. The Lord has sent these people.
That's right. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Right. So this nation, right, is using this eagle as a token to represent themselves, right? Because they're proud, they're high-minded. You know what I'm saying? It's the bird that flies the highest.
That's right.
Right? So this is a high-minded, proud person. Right?
That's right. As swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Right, because when they came over here, right, when they came to Africa, they obviously spoke a different language. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when they made it over here to the Gadites, they also didn't understand.
That's right. And if I may add real quick, especially us, right, when the brother Malak always brings it out, when Columbus came about, right, he had a Hebrew interpreter. You see, so our people were already speaking a different language. See, this English dialect is a Basque language in reality. And this is the language that they put on our people and forced our people to learn through slavery, through conquering. All right? So I'm going to continue. The Lord, verse 50, Deuteronomy 28:50. A nation of fierce countenance.
Right, so what does that word countenance mean? Right? So countenance is how you appear, right? What your being is like. Right? They're fierce. Right? An eagle is fierce as well. When they go and pray, they come down with so much force.
They make it look mean as fuck.
Right.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They look like an angry bird, right?
Right, like angry bird.
And when they come down and they pray, they come with nothing but determination to take that prey out.
Right.
Go ahead.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
Right. So when they came down on us, especially in the Caribbean nations, the tribes, Ephraim, Manasseh, and the Gadites, they were ripping babies out their bellies, right? So that's how they not regard the young or the old. And these scriptures are here for our learning because they're doing the same thing they did then today. They still on that. You got something?
Yep, I got a precept. This is a Wisdom of Solomon 2:10, just to back you up. What Deuteronomy 28:50 says. This is what the wicked says. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged.
Right. This is the type of people you're dealing with, man. Abusing. Right? People who don't care about nothing but games, destruction, and extortion.
That's right.
Can I bring one out? But saying that, because they not only do it to our people, but you see Esau clearly doing it to his own also.
Right.
You know, and we always bring this one out, right? Ecclesiasticus Sirach, right?
Right.
14:5. He that is evil to himself,
God.
to whom will he be good? Right. He shall not shall not take pleasure in his goods.
Right, so look at what, for example, right, like the brother just brought out, he's not even good to himself. You got the so-called Russians bombing the Ukrainians, taking taking whole households away. Right, the women again are pushed out of that country with their children. The men that are like 60 years old are being forced to fight, and they're leaving that land just bare. Over what? Over trying to gain control to get closer to Russia, just for war.
And that even makes no sense about putting old men to fight, because they're frail. They probably can't, cock back the gun or unjam it. They don't know if it does jam. They don't know how to clean it out. You know what I mean? Like they've been doing something for 60 years, being just regular citizens, and now out the blue, like, here, here's a grenade, a flashbang, go on your way. You know what I mean?
There was a.
Like, you could tell, like, that's a setup for them to just basically die.
Right. There was a I was listening to the brother I was telling you earlier. Amawan Gabar from the New York camp. There's a saying in the world.
I was looking for it, I couldn't find it on my feed.
Oh, on his I don't know. YouTube been playing games, but there's a saying in the world that he was talking about the draft and everything, and it said it's better. How does it go? It's better to have a soldier in a garden than a gardener in a war, something like that. Right. So they're talking about drafting people.
It's better to be a warrior in a garden
there it
than
goes.
to be a gardener at war.
In a war, there it goes, the water. So he talking about putting, like you were just saying, somebody that's been doing this mediocre type job for 60 years, 40, 50,
being a
30 years,
citizen.
Regular citizen.
Probably used to work out 30 years ago.
Right. So now you're gonna strap the nigga with a gun and throw him in the middle of a gunfire.
It makes no sense.
All it is just throwing people to the slaughter. That's all you're doing.
And that's the spirit that's the idiom or old saying that you brought up from that.
Right.
When, as you was talking about it, it just made no sense.
Right.
But the fact that they want those men to die.
Not only that, they got a new strategy of war right now. The Israelis saying that the way to win wars now is to let the people who out of control stay there, mow the grass, so to speak, like kill a bunch, fall back, let them like die off of resources and keep mowing the lawn.
Damn, that's fucked up, man.
That's why he's supposedly trying to, and I was hearing two Edomite names, man, which also proves that they're making their tongue fall upon each other, right? Talking about how Yahawah wanted to cut water and electricity and wanted to starve them.
He did. He put out the so-called Israelis had put cement inside of Hamas's water supply.
Right. They blocked the shit off.
Like, what kind of a demon you gotta be to say, you know what? I'm just gonna just eradicate these people just because I want the land.
Right. But like we were talking to that lady earlier, like I wanted to tell her this is why. Oh, I actually did. This is why the scope is on them. Like the whole world is watching, or the Lord made it this issue that now the whole world is paying attention to what this man's doing.
He's what's that? Ezekiel.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, Khan. You want me to grab it for you, bro?
Do that.
He got so-called ish or 1948 influencers from social media talking against them and for Palestine and against the converts over there.
Right. What is that? What is their military called? The IDF.
IDF.
So there's ex-IDF or current IDF speaking against what they're doing
because they know shit is out of hand. That's just crazy. You know what's the policy? I forget the term, but I heard it in redacted. The people that and I made a lesson on it actually. I mentioned it. The people that have been kidnapped by Palestine, the Hamas or whatever, Israel, IDF has no intention of getting them back. They basically gonna all get mowed down.
Yeah.
There's a whole policy where the state, I think they say something like the state, it has to be protected over the people. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
How,
Okay.
where is that in the scripture? That the state of Israel, the country of Israel has to be, it comes before the people itself, like the land before the people, the grip that they have, or the you know, of the land, and that power that they have.
You know what's spiritual about what you just said? Because everything's opposite with them, right? So we always say Israel is a people before it's a place, and they're literally saying the land is more important than the people.
Right.
Crazy, man.
Because that gives them validation.
Right.
Now in this time, man.
Nah, and this devil like sending like old people to fight and stuff like that. The Lord don't like that shit. And there's a certain demographic of people that are actually allowed to go to war in our
Right. It does talk about
You
that.
would send old people like that, and then mow down your own people that would do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And mind you, Hamas was using that as a bargaining chip.
Right.
Because from what I understand and heard from different outlets, their intentions weren't to kill the ones that they kidnapped. They wanted to use them to negotiate.
Leverage, yeah.
Yeah, leverage. But these niggas is like, nah. What? Nah. Brrr.
They're more on everything.
They're all catching.
Yo, take the hostage. We don't care. We're killing everything anyway.
They found when the whole shit started, a few days later they found a bunch of Hamas and kidnapped people 1948 in this complex. Yo, you know what they did? They put like a couple 10 shells through it, and supposedly they made a infield decision to just mold the whole, fuck the whole building up and killed everybody, even innocent people that were just caught up in the madness, that was just having a day, and now all of a sudden they got kidnapped, and soldiers from another country in there, they all got killed in there, bro. This is the type of nigga we talking about. He don't give a shit about his own people.
Yeah.
How would he ever give a fuck about you?
Right. Now, if you could look up what white phosphorus is, and
Yeah, I got
that
you.
real quick.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 28. Every two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. Right, this is what grieves the Lord in the heart. Every two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty.
Right. So what they're doing out there right now to their own people, man, is not only what's it called? When you bring the economy down. Like bringing the economy down, they're separating families, right, and making that poor country even worse, man. And no regards to the family nucleus, or nothing like that.
Or their livelihood or any of that.
Right.
There's here in Babylon, aka America. There's a lot of veterans that they're homeless.
Right.
And that shows you how these Amalekites or these Edomites treat their own people. You see,
The Rock 5,
and the people in their nation. You see, people go to war for them. They win all these wars, and then when they come back to the United States, there's a high percentage of veterans going homeless.
Right. Now they not only fought for the country, risked their life, their sanity,
14
but now they're not even getting the funds they were promised to them in the first place.
Right. I'm going to read it again. Ecclesiastes is also known as the book of Sirach, 26, verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, a man of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepareth such as one for the sword.
Right, man.
That's a powerful precept.
It is, man. That's for the brothers that was in the truth ones, and then they disregard everything they had learned, and went back to the world and just started teaching.
Yo, the Lord, Elder Apostle
I was just about to say that.
Just made a fire lesson. I only got to listen to like the first 8 minutes before I called you to see where you guys were at. And in that lesson, there was a man that's in the spirit world now. He was in GMS. In one of the islands.
I think it was the Virgin Islands.
Trinidad.
Was he Trinity?
Oh, yeah. He was talking about the dude who went to a rap career.
Yes.
Yeah, or
so
singers
he said he
or
was
something
gonna
like that.
basically hang up his garment, put it to the side, make a demo and this, that, and the third.
And buy a house for his mom
so
or
he could
something.
have his mom.
He buy a house for his mom.
And the Lord took him out. I think it was less. From what I understand.
Less than a year.
Yeah, from what I understand, it was right after he left.
the way it was said, it sounded like it just happened.
Like
Yeah,
it
real
just
recent.
happened.
Yeah, he went to like a party or something, and then he got shot.
So,
And yeah,
from what I understand, it was like something like he left. You heard? Salakia. He left GMS, and then shortly after that day, if that, and the Lord took him out.
You know, they're not 100% sure if he came out of GMS, but the brothers in
He was. Elder Apostle Ramla confirmed it.
Okay, good.
And the Apostle was talking about it. I'm sure, they'll say something, they'll confirm it before whatever. But the point is, man, his title was Death is Coming Back in Style, something like that.
that was the name of his lesson.
Yeah,
his,
Apostle Tahar.
Oh.
Death is Coming Back in Style, something like
Oh,
I don't know.
okay. I gotta watch that.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was like a click. It wasn't even the clickbait, but it definitely baited me to get. I was like, what?
Matter of
Yeah.
fact,
What the brother
the
said.
sifting,
Elder.
the sifting season has,
Yeah, we're in
ramping
full
up.
effect right now,
You know
right?
what I'm
It's
saying?
on full
Right.
effect, right.
Right.
Wrap it up.
Passover's coming in what, like another 5-6 months?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be,
we're about 6 months from that.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
fearful time, man. Hey,
Right.
we just heard recently, as of 3 hours ago, was posted up on the web that the so-called Black Hebrew Israelites were fighting with
Palestinians.
Oh, the protests.
In,
Right, right.
where?
Chicago.
Motherfuckers never hear us say we Black Hebrew Israelites. All we ever say is Hebrew Israelite, everywhere.
Right.
And they always hit that BMI shit.
Right, and now
That letter.
Chicago has a history of being violent, yeah, for sure. And also, they are usually the Israelites that came out of there connected to the land of Israel. Those are the ones that left over there. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying
right,
those
I didn't
people
know
were
that.
involved, but yeah, they came out of Chicago.
Right.
What's his name? Ben Amin? No.
Ben Israel.
Ben
Was it Ben
Israel,
Israel? Yeah. The ones that, he took, I'm not sure if it's him, I know I heard of the history. But yeah, they basically went over to the land, almost like on some Israeli shit. They just like gonna go over
They
there.
have to join the military in order to be living in the land.
Yeah, you have to. What do you call it? What's it called? The
IDF?
IDF. Yeah, you have to join the Israeli military to stay over there.
Yeah, all of them.
How convenient.
How
And
convenient,
not only that,
right?
They're facing eviction now.
Right.
They're
So
about to
those
get kicked out.
Yeah.
out of their own. That's
I mean,
how you know it wasn't of the Lord. Like you're not supposed to take your ass
You know
over
what
there.
else, too?
Even
This
Ethiopia.
devil put them
Right.
on top of radiation land. You know what I'm saying? Like land is already radiated, so they was harvesting their own crops with this stuff.
I mean, well, that's why I said how convenient for them to get them in the military. They'll fuck around and send them in the front line, and like, all right, we'll get them out of here somehow.
Right. I
'Cause
mean-
Ethiopians came through over there, and I think it was in the 80s or something.
Right.
That they arrived in airplanes and shit.
Yeah, right.
And that was all prophetic. And I
Right.
think like 10, 15 years later, they were being kicked out.
Right.
And just a few years ago, they were speaking about it.
Right. No, I was just gonna say it's the same similar sentiment when they came over. Those devils came over here to the Americas. You know, they put the Northern Kingdom. Gad and Reuben on the reservations, like we were just saying to the lady that was up there. You know what I mean? They put them in the worst. They like, okay, we're gonna let you keep. We're not gonna tax you, like you said. We're gonna let you keep some of your land, which is fucking nothing.
We'll give you the
We'll put
wackest
you way the
parts
fuck
on
over
that.
here. Yeah, this barren ass land over here. We're not gonna give you really no resources like that, so you guys are gonna be a bunch of alcoholics and fucking, drug addicts and shit like that.
All their
And
food
just
has
waste
to be
away.
imported.
All their food gotta be imported. They're gonna have casinos on their fucking land and shit like that. Only give them like a percentage of the profits, from my understanding.
They don't even live comfortably.
No, they should be rich as fuck off the casinos, but
Right. But Esau's that type of person, but he don't even try to hide his shame, bro. Like,
Right.
His shame is out there for us to see, right? And that's what makes it easier for us to reveal that man of sin.
Right, I got that for you, Slack.
You got that Ezekiel 20.
Oh, you want? I had the Jeremiah 49 and 10.
Oh, wait.
Get this real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what you were saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 24, verse 6. Wherefore, thus says the Lord Yahawah, woe to the bloody city.
Right, this is the
Right,
bloody city,
right.
man. This city was built off the bloodshed of the so-called Native Americans, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein.
Right. So this land here is also considered the melting pot, right? And there's nothing but scum inside.
That's right.
And more scum just wants to fill that bucket, man.
Right.
And go into this fire because they're nothing but crabs in a bucket.
Right,
Right.
because that scum is like a fungus, like a bacteria. And
Right.
in the right environment, it keeps thriving.
Yeah.
So wickedness is going to multiply over here. This is the perfect environment for it.
Right. More scum is attracted to it.
Right.
We always say Esau's that cancer to the world.
Right. And cancer,
Which cancer grows.
right? Cancer needs an acidic environment to survive.
And it grows in forms of by ways of democracy.
Right.
Spreading into democracy.
Right. Spreading into democracy. It's fucking
for
virus.
democracy here.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
pancreatic democracy. Shit is sickening, man. That's the whole reason, truth be told, that they actually have issues with certain countries that are not down with them.
Right.
Because they're not down with them. They're
They don't want to. They don't want their fucking. They don't want their way of living. You know, which basically is white supremacy.
Right.
You know, that's what it always. Oh, you're gonna accept, white Jesus over here, or else we're gonna fucking sanction you and do all that. That's all it always boils down to. And that's the the Edomites' MO, man.
Right. That's their MO for real.
Right.
Ezekiel 24:6. Wherefore, thus says the Lord Yahawah, woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein, and whose scum is not gone out of it. Bring it out piece by piece, let no lot fall upon it. Verse 7, for her blood is in the midst of her.
Right, so now we're stepping on remains of the dead as we speak.
Right.
Polluted land, man. This guy does not hide it. He put a statue of a native here. He'll put like a reservation here, right? But he don't try to hide the fact of what he did.
That's right. Especially out here in Boston, bro. All these trails that they have in Boston, in the Commons, right? All that shit, and then Beacon Street's called Nigger Street.
Nigga Hill.
Beacon Hill, Nigga Hill.
Right. And for the clarifying it. All this land, we were in the origin of the 13 colonies.
Right,
How you think they did that? By fucking pushing the Native Americans out by force.
Right.
And
we on bloody land.
And the deeper you go into Massachusetts, right, which is a Native American word.
Yeah, exactly.
The more racist people you find.
Right. And what does it say on our license plate? The spirit of America, man.
Spirit of America.
Right. You know what I'm saying? These doubles.
You don't gotta go to Mississippi to get your ass.
Nah, you can get it right here. There's they've been putting out articles, and even on I don't know if it was Saturday Night Live or one of those comedy things, but one of the dudes went out and he said Massachusetts is the most racist state in the country.
Right.
You know?
I think I heard.
Yeah, because I was telling my mother the other day, you can have you have the Trumps of the world who are overtly racist, and then you have the Biden type, like these niggas. These niggas is worse. They're a whole snake.
Slithers,
yeah, they're slitherers. They'll sit there and smile in your face. Meanwhile, they're backstabbers. You know what I'm saying?
Which is why the scripture says, "Never trust thine enemy."
Never trust thine enemy, man.
He come crouching, and even shedding tears. That's how wicked that nigga is.
Yeah. How you gonna sit there and smile in somebody's face, knowing that you're? I don't know. Yeah, he's bugged out.
I don't know why he just screamed out.
Yeah, he yelled over there somewhere.
I thought I heard him say, "That's the truth."
Oh, nah, he was looking that way though. I don't know. But
definitely a demon, though.
yeah. But you know how fucking wicked you gotta be to go crouching and smile in somebody's face. Right.
You gotta be a wicked motherfucker.
Yeah, smile in somebody's face. Knowing that you're about to stab him in the back, man. That's fucked up, man. Yeah, that's some fucked up shit, man. Yeah, that's Esau for you, man.
That's why Esau, he's the devil, because he's a deceiver, he's a slanderer. Right. He's a liar.
Right.
You ever continue this, brother? Right. Ezekiel 24:7, for her blood is in the midst of her. She set it upon the top of a rock.
Right. That means that she put it on for everybody to see, man. Remember, Mount Rushmore is literally a sculpted mountain looking down on the Native Americans who had they oppressed and killed.
Right.
So
what was that?
Forgot about that goddamn.
That statue that got taken off,
up,
where it was an Edomite on a horse with the two Native Americans in chains.
Yeah,
Roosevelt.
They took that off.
Yeah,
That's
Roosevelt.
a perfect example. They put it on high and out there like, yeah, we did this.
Right. They seen princes.
They're not gonna destroy that one.
Right. How's it go? They seen servants upon horses and princes walketh upon the earth. That was that whole statue of Roosevelt.
That represented.
They had the northern and the southern kingdom on each side of him, and he was on a horse
and
representing power.
I think they took that down because the truth is being more and more known.
Right. Truth is being declared.
Those strongholds come down with the scriptures, and we're uttering it, man. Right. even though Esau is up to no good and he has his own vibration, his own wicked low vibration, we're coming in the vibration of Yahawashi and Yahawashi, and we the things that we prophesy about and we speak about is affecting this place,
Right.
to some shape or form. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So Ezekiel 24:7, for her blood is in the midst of her. She set it upon the top of a rock. She poured it not upon the ground to cover it with dust.
Right, she didn't hide it. Right?
Verse 8, that it might cause fury to come up to take vengeance, I have set her blood upon the top of a rock, that it should not be covered.
Right, so the Lord put the spirit on him not to hide these things. Why? For us to come and use this, and for our learning, not only that, to also reveal the man of sin, and for when the hunters come, they got a real good reason to do so.
Right.
That's right, and we are those hunters.
Right.
I mean, Lord willing, right?
Lord's
Because we fishermen right now. See, the Lord is beautiful in all His ways, right? The Lord speaks about how humility before honor. So the Lord making us into humble fishermen, and we out here fishing, and then next thing you know, the Lord's arm turns into hunters.
Right. It even tells you about how we're a spectacle. You know what I mean? Basically a laughing stock to others. You know what I mean? To people that pass by, and you know, this is in this society where, because you know, back in the day in Israel, Yahawah, when the prophets would come out, you know, people will fear.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It was a whole different,
Right.
and we were coming upon, you know, the prophets were walking into a town of their people also, another
Right.
tribe or something, but their people also.
Right.
Here, we're in the valley of the shadow of death, surrounded by nothing but heathens.
Right.
And out of all those people, the worst people of all are our own people.
Right.
You know?
We're in that heathenistic state of
And that
mind.
heathenistic,
Right.
because Esau's their daddy, man.
Right.
You know?
And they hate us the most, man, because they're complacent.
Right.
You know?
They're complacent.
They don't want, because what we're doing is we're chanting down Babylon.
Exactly.
We're literally, you know, like the walls of Jericho.
Right,
Man.
like the
We're
walls of
surrounding it
Jericho.
down and,
Right.
you know, chanting down this fucking place. And through the words that we speak from the spirit and power of Yahawah by Yahawashi, this place is being broken
Right.
down brick by brick.
Right, right,
And these, our people are seeing it.
right.
They're like, you know, and eventually they're gonna be like, it's your fucking fault.
Right.
Why
Right.
I can't just, you know, chill and just be relaxed? Why you gotta be stirring shit
Right,
up? Why
right,
can't
right,
I just, you
right.
know,
Hey, the
live
truth-
my life, man?
The truth started coming out in the 60s, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yep.
And ever since around that time, Babylon has been on decline, man.
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what
just
I
like, yeah, and that's a beautiful, you know, just like the scriptures say. It says, Revelation 11:11, and after 3 days and a half,
Right.
then the spirit of the Lord entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them that seen it.
Right, right, right.
You know, so after, you know, Abba Bivens around like 1969, 1970, from 1619, we were in hardcore slavery up until about 1969, when Abba Bivens came on the scene. That was roughly 350 years.
Right.
You know, so we was completely in a dead state. But since then, you know, that's when the spirit of the Lord started entered into Abba Bivens, and the spirit of the Lord started entering into the world. And Esau started falling, because as it says in Obadiah,
Right.
we talked about,
Yep.
once his nest went upon the stars, when she went up to space,
From
which was the
thence
same
I'll bring you
time,
down.
1969,
Right.
thence will I bring thee down.
Right, right.
So ever since then, this place has been crumbling, man.
Right, right.
All praise to Yahawah by Shemi
Oh,
Yahawashi,
yeah,
man. Yeah,
Right, brother.
place is through, man.
That's that precept that it says our weapons of warfare are not carnal,
Right.
but are mighty through the
Breaking down the
breaking
strongholds,
down the
man.
strongholds.
That's right, bro.
Through who? Through Yahawah Shemi
Right,
Yahawashi.
bro.
And us coming out of the house of powers is that weapon.
Through a word, man.
That's right.
Right.
The word is
The
sharper
word.
than any two-edged
Exactly.
sword, man.
We that mouthpiece.
Right.
And we don't watch it.
Right.
You know, we don't see it.
That's why the scripture said that great fear fell upon them, because what's his name? Not Roosevelt. What was the other, the cross-dressing asshole? That said that the so-called black man is a black unity.
Oh,
Edgar
Hoover,
Hoover,
yeah, the FBI, asshole. Yeah,
director.
director.
He said
right.
that
There'll never be another black Messiah. unless we
there'll never
create
be another black Messiah, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was the only saying there about him knowing who Yahawashi was also. You know what I'm saying? Them knowing who we were. You know, how Yahawashi we come up, you know, we come from that time. But also like, yo, we also regarding Psalms, what is it? Psalm when they came together to make the name of Israel
83.
no more.
83.
That's
Right,
them
right.
keeping up that confederacy and those that crafty counsel that they took among themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the
Right.
Lord had put the spirit on them to put it up there, right? To put the information up there. Now that we at the end, the devil knows that he has been so
Right, right.
So now he's trying to take down these monuments. He took
Right.
down the hedge, the stone hedge.
Stonehenge.
Right.
Took that down,
Yep,
right?
yep.
He's slowly trying to cover
Right,
up
right.
a little bit, but it's
Right,
too
right.
late.
It's too late. It's already
The Lord
exposed.
The Lord already set it up.
Right,
and,
right.
Hey, you're already exposed. Can you give me 2 Thessalonians chapter 2?
Got it?
Check it out.
Oh, second sentence. All right. I thought you said you got it. I was like, oh,
You
snap.
know what's funny too?
Telekinesis.
What's coming, right? Hey, yo, what wicked day is coming? Right?
Halloween.
Thanks.
Right, right.
After that,
Oh, yeah,
I asked
Thanksgiving.
you. Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving, right,
What is it?
exactly.
When you look it up now in the calendar, we calling it Indigenous Day.
Yeah.
See how why if from the get-go, if that day if that day is not a wicked day, why consciously and why deep inside that, oh shit, I gotta change it.
Right.
Why change it?
Right.
If it's not wicked.
Right.
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 So that's what
The
we were
word
taught, that it
itself-
wasn't
The word
wicked.
itself, man, I'm fucking loud, bro. The word
Yeah.
I just know my
Passionate.
echo.
Yeah, it was like,
That's
it bounced up. Everybody was like,
Many waters.
Right.
Many waters.
Thanks,
Right.
thanks,
Many
and
waters,
giving, right? Those two words, thanks and giving. There shouldn't be anything wicked about that.
Yeah.
But for them to
But they
be
were
like,
thankful and giving to
Right.
each other the
Yeah, right,
spoils.
right.
That they
For
can
them
have
to be
that.
like, hold up,
War,
I gotta
right.
change that to a Indigenous
Right,
Day.
because
They know they're covering it up.
Right,
Right,
and with,
yeah.
and with all this information coming out, you got to go right to the origin. You know, people go to the origins like, God, what started this whole Thanksgiving?
Right.
You start looking through, you like, holy shit.
right, well, it's just like,
Dying.
That holiday was conceived just to kill natives.
Right.
right. It's just like the Archetypus, right? When they sacked the temple, they put a fucking mural.
Right.
They did that all throughout history. They put a whole mural of them taking out the menorah and all the
Right.
goodly pleasant things of the temple,
Right.
right? And they put a whole mural.
It becomes a tradition.
Yeah, so
among
they
themselves.
celebrating
Right.
even picnic. You know,
Yep.
I told my family members,
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it went to pick a nigga. Yeah, so they can hang them, eat their little fucking, dry ass peanut butter sandwich, whatever the fuck they was
day
doing.
after, the day after Thanksgiving.
Black Friday when they was they already promoting it already, bro. It's not even November yet.
I saw in
But that's-
Walgreens,
that's them, bro.
I'm seeing not only Thanksgiving shit, but fucking Christmas shit.
Yeah, they already. I mean, but it's
Y'all niggas just getting earlier and
Yeah.
earlier, and now y'all just double like, what is it,
the intertwine. Everything's like on overlapping.
right, overlapping
Yeah, yeah.
shit. Like, damn, nigga,
Yeah.
can at least
You know-
have this bullshit
Yeah, we
first?
can't even finish
right
fucking-
after, like
yeah.
the second at 12:01 a.m. Y'all can put the other
Yeah.
one. Nah, nigga.
And
But
that's
it's-
where
Happy Christmas, Halloween.
And
Yeah.
that's where the word Babylon comes to mind, right? 'Cause
Confusion.
the
Right.
word
Very
Babylon,
Halloween.
the word Babylon means confusion, right?
Right.
If you have the people continuously trying to celebrate something different, you can occupy them things that they're not supposed to
Right.
be occupied in.
Right.
Hey, that's just them trying to make max profit too.
Right.
Yo, let's start selling because
Right.
yeah, because a lot of these stores is closing.
Right, and what do they
They
do?
trying to
Right,
make as much bread as possible. They don't give a shit what's going on.
You know what they do before they dig in your pockets is they fill you up with sugar. That's why they got Oh Hell's Eve, then they got Thanksgiving, then they got the Xmas, which they give you nothing but sweets.
Right.
So it
The whole
brings
time.
up your fucking sugar levels, it crashes and you feel like shit.
Right.
So it puts you in a state of consuming.
Right. Even all the way up to New Year's because alcohol is full of sugar.
Right,
With the same thing all
And
the way
it's
to
nothing
And
but
then they get you a
pagan.
Valentine's with the Valentine's
And then you get a
chocolate.
Valentine's and yeah, it just continues
It's
on.
nothing but pagan,
Right.
pagan after pagan
Yeah,
after
it's
pagan
the
worship.
whole
And then what
goddamn
happens
time.
after that? 4th of July, you drinking, you're eating.
Yeah,
your
you're
pig-
drinking, you're eating,
your
yeah,
pig
it's just-
sausages.
It's the whole fucking
your
time.
lab-grown, I can't believe it's not a burger. Meats, I can't believe
right.
it's not real meat burgers or
Right,
whatever.
right, man.
Passing that tradition
Right.
down to your children.
So, bro,
you know
how
what
you
I'm saying? And then your children grow up and they celebrate the same bullshit all
Right.
over again, bro.
Right.
And then you wonder why. We all suffer from fucking heart disease and inflammation. Well, motherfucker,
Right.
for the past 80 years, we've been celebrating the same bullshit.
Yeah,
and
eating
each
trash
one is
on
passing
top of
it to-
trash.
Right. You
All
know?
year long.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and all that fluoride they're giving us.
All
Hell
the
yeah,
fluoride,
did the
right?
fluoride and
And
everything.
it came out that if you fucking boil it, what really evaporates is the H2O, but you concentrate high dose of the fucking
God damn.
what you just said,
Right,
fluoride.
Yeah, a chemist actually brought that out. He's like, yo, I study this. That's what I do for work. Like, You know what I'm saying? You boil it, you just intensify.
It makes it more potent.
And you could clearly see the effects of that when you try to tell somebody something about this or anything that's important in life.
Right.
They'll give you that little fluoride look.
Right.
They kind of get cross-eyed and start fucking drooling and shit. Like,
they put pork on everything.
put pork on everything.
A person will come up to you as soon as you bring pork. You see the rebellious spirit on them. And I always say this, bro. When people eat pork, bro, I see a spirit go in them, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I see a rebellious spirit. Like, yo, they'll be cool with you. You'll be bringing out scriptures. They'll be listening. Next thing you know, a week later, they just ate pork, and they'll come at you and say, I was just talking to you the other week, and you look like you were taking it, but now you're bucking up. You're not. It's that spirit, bro.
Yeah,
Cool. You know, I keep my distance.
He that defiles his body. How does it say?
Temple.
Huh? His temple shall be destroyed. I think something along those lines. You know what I mean? So they're destroyed before they even drop dead. One day they're already destroyed in the mind and spirit and body.
Speaking of which, right, the marshmallows that you get right from the All Hallows Eve candy, the little candy corn, right? Even the Easter ones, the Easter fucking what you call it, ducks?
Candy corn.
Everything has marshmallows.
Sweets.
Yeah, the tweeds, whatever.
Tweeds.
Yeah, all that shit is pork, and they know what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So you gotta look at your ingredients, man. And this
If this nigga can make air freshening pork,
right?
Yeah, they probably in the works.
Making air fresh.
It's probably in the works.
they probably already do it.
Yeah, they probably about to release it next week or
so.
so.
That says no gelatin free.
Right. Scriptures say, "Be not ignorant, even of the smallest matter."
Right, small or great.
Right.
You know, I was gonna say real quick, and what y'all was talking about with the fluoride. That's like the scriptures say. He's wiser than Daniel. He accomplished a diligent search, right? Now, most people, right? They think, I think of it too. You think that fire, because fire is a cleansing agent, so you would think that when you boil something, you would burn off whatever the hell, but it's actually the opposite. That's fucking crazy.
He added to it. He added.
Yeah.
It's not just pure H2O where you're just getting rid of bacteria. Right. He added a chemical knowing that by heating it's gonna intensify.
Yeah, I mean that's some evil shit, man.
It's not like wood catches fire, or when you put gold on fire,
you get
This is your warming up a substance,
or even milk, or even milk.
Yeah,
and the Dominican Republic, I always saw my grandmother. She will buy milk, right? Like they'll take it to her, like these bottles or whatever, and she'll boil it. She'll bring it to a boiling state, leave it for a few minutes, then let it cool down. Then she used to take like this the sheet. They sift it, but it wasn't like the metal one.
Cloth.
It's like a cloth.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I'm saying?
about.
They put it through it and it catches all the. Now it doesn't only catch the
foam.
The foam and catches all the other bacteria that's dead, basically, or whatever. So the milk will be a little clean, cleaner, but it's still milk, But it doesn't go through all the shit that is over here. Like out there, in some places you get so like real quick before I forget, you get a cleaner, your chicken is better. You buy it, it's just probably killed hours ago. If not, or you pick it out and they grab that ball back, they clean it right there for you, we'll give it to you. Over here, that motherfucker be packaged, brolic for the past 3 weeks.
They inject
you don't even know.
Hormones and shit, your steak is all extra red, and you're like, what? This motherfucker been cut off for days and it's still red.
What do they put in the plastic to make it last long?
I think it's hydrogen.
Preservative.
For hydrogen. They put it in the packages to make it,
and they put a dye on the meat because the meat would normally be brown.
Yeah, like
it's they make it red to make it look like
which is normal, but to make it last longer, preserve it and preserve like this color to it, because brown is gonna keep getting darker and darker as time goes by. But they don't put all these things in it. It will be nasty looking by the second, third day.
Right.
It's legal for them to paint
all that
fruits and vegetables,
and even stick it together,
red, yellow, red, and all that.
Even stick it together. At the end of everything, at the end of you chopping mad shit in a butcher shop, you're left with mad pieces of random meat. They could now use that meat glue to grab all these little pieces.
Meat glue.
And they roll it up like a sushi, like when we do a sushi roll or whatever, and then they chop it up, and you look at it and you're thinking it's like. You look in the middle of it and you.
It looks like it's marble.
Just like a fucking regular steak or some shit.
They don't let nothing go to waste at all. Like they just use it all.
Fuck you up.
Food coloring. Food coloring.
Yeah. Food coloring fuck you up.
Right.
I got a precept, brothers.
Right.
So wicked.
Micah 2:10 arise ye and depart.
Yeah, I got
for
a
this is
scripture
not
too,
your
so we
rest.
talk
Right, this is
about
not the time for you to fall asleep, take a nap, let the government take the wheel. This is not that time, man.
Especially now.
Right.
And if I may, right,
This was when we first came in. This is mad relevant,
Right, right.
especially now.
right, and if I may, right, arise ye and depart. You know, come basically depart from the Babylonian philosophy. You see, we were just mentioning all these holidays. Depart from that because these are actually pagan holidays. Depart from that. You know, when you go into eating your food, right? Find out what the Lord is, because the Lord has laws for our diet, the dietary laws. So find out what's lawful. See what I'm saying? And then what's not lawful, depart from that. That's what we're going into. The brother was saying all these sweets, you gotta look into. There's no gelatin, there's no pork. Parts and so you gotta depart. You gotta arise and depart. Why? Right? And this goes into so many things, right? The holidays, the foods, just in general, the philosophy that Babylon pushes, everything that Babylon says is okay. Depart from that. Babylon saying if you're a boy, and Babylon says that if you are under 6 years old, you cannot drive or drink, but you can change your sex. That's what Babylon says, right? If you're a little boy, you become a girl, it's okay. That's how stupid Babylon is, you know. So depart from the philosophies and the ways of Babylon, you know.
Right. Another word for depart is to disassociate.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. All right, because it is polluted. Right, everything here is polluted from our water, from our air, from the what do you call brother the things in your clothes?
Just whenever you want it, bro.
Thread.
Fabric.
Right.
From our fabrics, everything is polluted from the stuff that we hear, music, from the TV shows, everything is polluted. Arise and depart. The school, the education system, right? When you go to school, you
All
take,
funded by Rothschild.
right. What's that saying, brother Lahab? You pick the meat out of the bone.
Oh, take the meat off the bone.
Take the meat out of the bone.
Right,
When
right.
you go to school,
Right,
take
right.
what you know is gonna be good for you, and then when they try to teach you, oh, my pronouns are this and that, get rid of
Spin
that
all that
shit.
shit
Don't,
out, man.
don't
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? Because that's what they do in
They
school
they're
today.
debating like like remaking the whole curriculum because what they really the goal of the Rothschild that funded the United States educational program or whatever, full system, that department of education, their sole purpose is to make little workers. You feel me? Like you throw in a log somewhere and it comes out a 2x4 on the other side to serve its purpose. That's all they really want. They don't want a nation of thinkers. Free thinkers. They want a nation of
smart
workers.
enough to operate the machine, not smart enough to run the run the
question,
Right,
to upgrade it, or none of
And
that.
that's
why
what
it's
that
simple
comedian said.
Yeah.
And that's why they got us occupied in a bunch of all these fake holidays and VMAs and BET Awards and
Will and Jada.
distractions.
Right, distractions,
Will
basketball,
and Jada.
housewives,
Yeah.
right? And while we're doing that, they're giving us poison on our plate. They're putting it on a commercial. They're putting everything out there for us to consume.
Right.
Lahab, you got that?
Yeah. Oh, the one
Let me
showed you?
just
Yeah,
finish
got it.
this.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction.
Right, and these soul destructions, man, like we was talking about, is not only our diet, but what we digest on our mind, the way we think, the things that we partake in.
Right.
These are the things that's polluting us, man.
Right.
And while we're digesting all these philosophies, we're also taking all these poisons, right? But it was prophesied for us to be in this state, right? And this is why it's time for us to wake up. Go ahead, brother.
Yep, Ezekiel 4:13. And the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
Right, and we've been driven here, right? As we read earlier in Deuteronomy 28, we was brought out here because we did not obey. The Lord sent this damn demon to defile our bread, to make us ask for the water and bread and the clothing in our back to defile us in the first place. And that's why it says we have to depart from this man and his philosophies, because we need to go back to our natural source, which is Yahawashi.
No, I think I'm good.
Speak about how seek the old ways, and there shall be peace to thy soul, right? And think about that. When we were doing right with the Lord, right? The Lord would just read the book of Judges. Every time we did right by the Lord the Lord took care of us.
Yep.
You know, in every way. He allowed us to conquer the other nations. He allowed our land to flourish. You see, he gave us riches. You know, anything that we desired, the Lord took care of us when we did right by the Lord and we followed His way. That's what it says, seek the old way.
Right.
You know, and ultimately that's what because seeking the ways of the Lord is seeking immortality. You see, because once the laws are written on the inward part, that's when we're gonna be perfect.
Right, because the scriptures say choosing him is life, and being against him is death.
Right.
Those that love him love life. Those that are against him basically love death.
Right.
And how are people gonna learn at the end? Death by pain.
Right.
Come on, man.
Saints to know that the death by pain.
These scriptures connect, man.
Right.
I got one for you guys. Oh, unless you have something. Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing that knowing the time.
Right, and we're looking at the time right now.
Right.
When we see what's going on, right, and you have something in your spirit telling you saying, hey, right, letting you know that is the time.
Right.
It is a time
Right.
to look at what the Lord has put in front of us and depart, like the brother brought out earlier.
What's happening right now in Israel with the Palestinians,
Right.
Russia, Ukraine,
Right.
China making threats to the United States or Taiwan,
Right.
and then also China making threats that because of the Biden administration, World War III is coming.
Right.
All this, look at the
The
times that we
vibration
in.
is a time.
See, it's a time.
Before I finish that out, right? I'll read the first line again, and then have this brother read the scripture real
Right,
quick,
right.
and then finish this out.
All
But
right,
it
let's
says,
start from the top.
yeah. Were you gonna say anything though after?
No, you can go ahead with your thought process.
Okay. Well, the Romans. You don't got it yet? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm trying to think of it very sad. I'm gonna find it.
All right, cool. It says Romans 13 and 11, and that, knowing the time, right? Because as the brothers was just saying, you have to know the time, right? And these brothers are looking for the scripture that we want to read because was it Yahawashi that said that?
Yeah, I think it was
Yahawashi quoted. I mean, I didn't quote that. He said that himself. You know that people could. I'll roughly paraphrase it real quick while the brother gets it. You know, people could look at at the skies or whatever and say, oh, tomorrow's gonna be a good day or it's gonna probably rain.
It's gonna rain, right?
Yeah, people could literally do that today. People could wake up today, look at the skies, and tell if it's gonna be a nice, pleasant day, or it's gonna be stormy, or it's gonna be whatever have you. You know what I mean? That's easy to do. But right now, as the brother was just saying, we're in a time of war. We're in a time where Esau's moving certain chess pieces here and there to entrap the Israelites, right? To take more power, or the little bit of power that's left for him to grasp in his hand. He's moving those pieces around so he could get to do that. You know what I mean? You got the WEF and all these other people that are complacent and it's good, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's good. No, yeah, it's good.
You know, all these things that are happening, man, and they're all in cahoots. They're all little cogs in this big machine, man, in this big engine, man. That once this devil, what's that shit called? Cranks it, right? Once he cranks it, he's looking forward to it working perfectly for him, and everybody else is just parts of the cog or whatever, right? So, it says, and that knowing the time, right? So you're just saying that the brother just said earlier, opening up, like we gotta know where we are right now, right? Now look at what Yahawashi said.
Right. This is Matthew 16. I'll start at 1. It says, the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. And that's exactly how our people are. They always wanted a sign, right?
Right. The scriptures say wicked people are seeking for a sign.
Right.
Wicked generation.
A wicked and adulterous
generation. Right.
So they were trying to grill Yahawashi. He didn't know what he was talking about. Right. They were trying to disprove him. Right.
Beautiful. But I don't know whether somebody throw food down or something.
Nah, I thought they did.
Oh, they just came to hit a word, huh?
They just probably came to hit a
Yeah,
word.
okay, that's what's up. Yeah, y'all all welcome.
So go ahead,
Yo,
bro.
God. Second verse. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather.
This is the response right after the Pharisees.
Right,
Show us this sign.
Right.
Show us this sign. So he was like, all right, he said something, but look, check it
Right,
out.
this is what Yahawashi said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He said, he answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red.
Right.
And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering.
Right, right. In other words, you could look up to the
Right.
skies and know if in a few hours, you know, 6
Yeah, you can
hours
discern,
after,
right.
it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be stormy. It's gonna be a little tempest
Right.
and whatnot. You know.
Right. And this is the sense of the Yahawashi is letting them know, man. You basically just have some type of discernment, man.
Right.
Right. That's the level of discernment y'all got.
Yeah,
You
right.
say, like
Right.
when you look up, low level. When you look up, you can tell if in the morning it's gonna be good or whatever.
Right.
Go ahead.
It said- and the Lord said, "O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?"
Of the time. So back in Romans 13:11, and that knowing that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right. And then like we said earlier, man, we seeing it all around us, man.
And you can't say this to somebody that's sleeping.
Right.
So it's not somebody that's literally like snoring
Right.
in his seventh sleep.
It's
As they
somebody
say.
who's wiping the cross out their eyes.
Right, man.
Right.
Just waking up and hearing that this is the time, high time.
Right. It's somebody that's consciously awake like we all are, right? But
Right.
but in a deeper level, spiritual level,
Right.
man, of knowing what time it, or we're involved or we're a part of.
Not only that, even the Sadducees had to know that the Messiah was on his way, because
Right.
even when he was born, the way he was born,
Right.
and the things that went on at the time that he was born, with
Right.
Herod trying to kill the firstborn of every child.
Knowing
Right.
that time that the Lord was being born, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's
Right.
beautiful you said that, because it says we gotta sleep, right? For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. We're like, you can say the Sadducees from that time, knowing that we're in those times, man,
Right.
that the Lord's
Right.
coming
Righteous
back.
Sadducees, righteous.
Right, the righteous will know, obviously, definitely. Righteous Sadducees that
Like Paul.
right,
Right.
that
Right.
hey, look, we know what time we're in,
Look
and
at that,
we want.
Esau comes through and all
And
the
he took the hell out. He was like,
They all did on this
Right,
day,
right.
And it's like, nah, we
Right,
good.
It's not that. All of
They be
it
having
too,
evil
bro.
thoughts, man.
Right. Yeah,
You don't know who that man
took that
was.
off, bro.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But that was the time, man. It's like, hey, they saw that devil coming and they did.
Right.
But we're seeing what's going on right now, and we're getting ready.
right, we coming out of her.
Yeah, we're coming out of her, exactly.
Right.
In the midst.
Gonna come out of her.
Yeah, in the
Right.
midst of it, we're coming out of her spiritually, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Go back to that.
So we pray that brothers understood that little part, because it's all about knowing what time you're in.
Right, because
You
it
know what I'm
says
saying?
it talks about that in what's that? 2 Ezra 9.
Yep.
You know, measure out the time diligently in itself.
Right.
You know.
Right. That's another beautiful
Yeah,
precept.
the Lord always was talking about measuring the time.
That would have been a third witness that we could have
Right,
brought
right.
out to prove that you got to know what time
Right.
you're in.
And one thing I always like to bring out is how the Euphrates was given to us almost like an hourglass to see like what times we in.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's drying up, man. The Lord said that, man, that
Right.
in the end times this river is going to be dried up.
You know what's beautiful about it? It's like it, bro.
And I think
Elder
there's a symbol that
Yashawamba.
looks like an
right.
omega
Elder
symbol.
Yashawamba just did a video on that, and when you see there was a picture of it like on a book or something,
Right. I'll
and it
look
was
for
the
Yo, send that
Omega.
video to the chat. Look at the shot.
Con.
It was an omega sign.
It was an omega sign, so Alpha and Omega.
Yeah,
so
and
it shows
omega
the
is
ending.
like the end.
Yeah,
Right.
the Greek symbol for
So it's
ending.
beautiful you said that.
Yeah,
because
it just
I was
made me think about that.
And mind you, I thought about it and I was like, did I see that for real? Was that real? Was that a Photoshop?
Yeah, and it was just like that.
So I
just
threw it
to make
out
us
there,
see-
uttered it
right,
real
right.
quick to see if y'all brothers would correct me.
Nah,
But I didn't know
was
you
on
were in
point,
the
bro.
spirit, because he was saying the same thing.
Yeah, it was-
I'm gonna try to look for it and show it.
Yeah,
on the-
Con, yeah, just so brothers and sisters
man.
can see it. And it's all this symbolism from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. All
Right.
the signs of the times.
No, even atheists.
They don't see that though.
Even
Nah,
atheists
they
are questioning
they watch
whether
sports
there is
and
right.
a creator or not, man.
Right.
So
Say that again, Art?
I say even some atheists are actually contemplating if there's a creator or not, because even on the social medias and all that, they're talking about like, hey, if you don't even believe in God, this just looks like prophecy. This sounds like prophecy. It smells like prophecy out here.
Something happening.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right, something's happening in the world.
Right,
Yeah.
it's in our bones, man, and we feel it, man.
Yeah.
Even the people that not in the truth, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, something's going on.
Yeah, but those even there's even Jakes that know something's going on. But the thing is, they don't have that they don't have that zeal
That
of
eyesight.
understanding,
Yeah,
that
understanding.
eyesight.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? They can't really perceive exactly what it is, but they're like, yo, man, shit is definitely not the time I was growing up in.
Right.
These youngsters, these generation Z, 18-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 20-year-olds, they don't got a
Right.
goddamn clue.
Like
They don't
like
give a
one of
fuck
the
That shit could smack them right in the face and they will not know. You know,
like one of the brothers said, Generation Y. Why the fuck do you have these motherfuckers?
Right.
Hey, you know, that was, I
bro,
believe that this generation was purposefully nullified on purpose, man. Oh, that's beautiful.
You see it,
you
right?
see how prominent it is right here on the right hand side. They don't really got to do it on this side. You can still see it.
The Omega
you can still
sign.
see it.
But it's all green and shit too.
Right.
Man, that's cool. And that was the same river that the 10 tribes traveled across to get to this wicked place.
So that's it right there, Salakia. Let me see. Right here. And then, if you can, brother, right there, that symbol, brothers and sisters. And then if you can get the Omega sign in the scriptures, where Yahawashi said, I am the Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end. I think it's in like Revelation. just to show it. But this is all prophecy, right? What the scriptures say? The spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
You know? So this is you might have to grab it in a blue letter if you can. Yeah, just so you can show the symbol of Omega. Yeah, and we can read the scripture real quick. But yeah, just because as the scriptures say, we prove all things, man. And we are indeed in the end times, man. And Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is showing us the signs of the times, clear and clear. As what's the scripture when it says in Habakkuk, second chapter, at the end it shall speak, and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. So this Revelation 1:8, it says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is and which was and which is to come, the Almighty. So if we can grab real quick in the blue letter, we're gonna get that symbol for Omega, just to show you, And this should be a faith booster, man. Look at that. That's it right there. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Call Allah Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Yo, brother, you see it?
And you look up the outline,
Check it out, bro.
outline biblical usage. It says the
that.
first one is the last letter in the Greek alphabet, and the second one is the last, just the last.
And it's the last heathen kingdom.
Yeah, the last heathen
It's the last
kingdom,
heathen
our
kingdom.
last captivity.
Yep, our last captivity, the last of the Greeks.
Our last
Right.
woe.
The last of the Greeks.
Yep.
The last Greek letter, the last
Greek
Greeks,
letter,
the Edomites,
right,
man.
Right.
Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that
Like the
following.
brother said earlier, man, the Lord is beautiful in all his ways, man.
All
these
ways,
things
man.
are interconnected. If you
Right.
have like the spirit on you to connect them all, and paint a little here, paint a little there, all these little clues, all these little precepts, man, you can look up at the big picture.
Good, man.
And
How
see,
you guys doing?
How are you?
see from beginning to end, man, how what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all it is, man.
What was I gonna say? The last captivity.
Last captivity.
Is gonna be our final exodus.
Right.
Our final
Right,
time. The
right.
Lord is gonna come and redeem us and take care of us.
And this is gonna be greater than the first.
Not the final time that he's gonna take care of us. The final time that he's gonna save us out of a captivity.
Right.
And now we're gonna be in perfect order for eternity.
And
Right.
never be
Last
afraid.
exodus, man.
And we never ever gonna be afraid of
That's
no more,
right.
man.
We'll never be taken out of power, out of rulership, and
Our pops and big brothers gonna be running things, man.
everybody, no wonder we found that number, right?
Right.
The whole world, all these heathens, like they're gonna be in a state of righteousness and a state of being rejoicing.
Even you 2/3 minded Israelites that y'all front right now, y'all gonna benefit from it, but y'all gonna have to learn by death and pain, man.
Right.
Which is what we're trying to dodge that, man.
Right.
We know the time, so we trying to stay on point, which is why we out here prophesying. Doing what we gotta do, serving the Lord,
Right.
man.
Like the scriptures say, give diligence to make thy calling and election sure, man.
Right.
We want the hedge of protection, man. We don't want to die the death of a heathen, man.
Hell no, man. Yo, listen. So yesterday I had I'll make it a quick story. I had a I already knew he was gonna smile and laugh about it. Long story short though, right? Where I was at yesterday, right, at my sister-in-laws and my in-laws, right? There was an issue right before we fell asleep a little late, like 1, 2 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock maybe. Someone we was in the second floor. Someone tried to either break in or just to like cause like an issue or make noise and just be an asshole. They pushed in the AC from the first floor, some people that lived under my sister-in-law. So we heard the noise. We all went outside like, what the hell was that? You know, we found out that the AC was pushed in, the cops were called and all this, blah, blah, blah. Later on, like an hour later, I'm already like sleeping, but I'm kind of in and out of it because my wife and her sister, both of them, you know, chatting in the kitchen, and I'm hearing them, so I'm not like fully sleeping. The point is this, right? And I told Lahab this story earlier, man. I am in my dream. It was like one of those vivid dreams, right? In my dream, I'm looking at I'm in the same. It almost looks like I'm in the same house because my brother-in-law's in there, and my girl's in there. And I wake up to go see what's going on, to like go talk to them. And my wife is like helping my brother-in-law put his jacket on. He finishes throwing it on, and he goes downstairs to pick up some Chinese food that was supposedly in the dream ordered. So he goes down. Then I go down after him for some reason. So before I even go down, I'm already picturing what he's seeing, like the what's that thing called? Foyer, which is like the first door, or the space between the main doors and everything. Yep. So it's large. So and it's made out of fucking glass. Like the door is glass. It has wood panels and all trim or whatever. Before I even came down in my dream. I'm like looking at it. It's almost like a movie, right? And I'm seeing like 5 or 8 houses down, there's like a bunch of people, all look young, look like Jakes, and even Edomites, breaking into people's houses and shooting people. Then the Chinese dude, Moabite dude, comes with the food, and he's looking this way. I mean, you know, he's looking towards where it's happening, and he's banging on the door. He's telling my brother-in-law to hurry up, open the door. That's when I'm coming down. I'm like, yo, open the door to him. He comes in, and he's like, yo, lock the door, right? He locks the door, whatever. Yo, these people reach the apartment, and they start flashing a gun. I can see the burn and everything. They're like knocking on the window, like telling him to go in. And the Moabite's like, nah. And me and my brother's off to the side, and the Moabite's telling them, nah. And then they shoot the guy and shoot him dead. Now, the reason I'm even telling this story, right, is because it felt so fucking real, bro. That I was like, yo, I even told myself in the dream, in my dream, because I know I'm not gonna put myself in the situation. I'm too like, what's that thing called when you're like hyper vigilant about anything you do? I'll be paying the too cautious. Yeah, I'll be paying somebody that's delivering the food. And I'm looking behind them, around them, looking at him, watching his hands in his pockets, whatever, whatnot. Right. So for that to happen, and then they walk in. And then like, and they pointing the gun at me and my wife. I get in front of my wife, and I'm like, yo, just take what you want. And after the dudes with the mask and the two and the gun, they walk out. A few other like Edomite niggas come in, and they start snatching shit up, looking around like to see what they can take. They don't take the food for some reason. They don't take the food, and they dip off. Now, to me, the first thing I thought of was Jacob's trouble around that time that we're close to, where people are gonna be, you know. Since the power is going to be in their hands to do whatever they want, you know what I'm saying?
Have no pity.
Right. The whole time, I'm saying Bahasham, Yahawashi in my head in the dream. Bahasham, Yahawashi. But I was like sweating. It was like the Lord was telling me, like, nothing's going to happen to you, but, oh shit, look at this thing. Going the wrong way. I'm not going to allow anything to happen to you. But look what's going on, because we went upstairs, we went back upstairs, we grabbed the food, we left the Moabite there for some reason. We just let that nigga dead. We didn't call the cops tonight. We walked inside and we closed the door. A couple seconds later, there was a Puerto Rican dude, because he called me pendejo. He was like, oh, pendejo. He was like, pendejo. He thought we left. Open the door, and in the dream, I'm looking at the door. For some reason, it was like a light pink door, and you know when you push the door, it was like bending in. And I was like, no, but then I didn't want to get shot through this shit. So I kept saying, Yahawashi, and then it went silent. And they dip off. At that time, I was still, you know, frightened. So I woke up and I was like, oh, so I look around, my girl's already sleeping already. I'm like, what the fuck was that, yo?
That sounds like Jacob's trouble.
Yeah, you know, that's the first thing that came to my mind. So we're talking about these times, and we know JT is going to pop off soon, man.
Right.
Really soon, you know what I mean?
Esau's losing the grip on his power.
Right.
You know, so these nations know that.
Hey.
See what I'm saying? So these nations getting ready to, you know, move on Israel. Now, the Iranian people in the land of Syria have attacked a base from the U.S.
Yeah, they did.
Right.
And the U.S. now retaliated and bombed Syria's bases further adding more air
more
fuel
fuel
to
to
the
the
flame.
fire.
Exactly.
Right.
So right now we're at the place where Esau just being exposed as a not as strong as he used to be.
You know, Babylon was just waiting for niggas to like kick our shoes and shit. They can be like, yo, my nigga, you kick
Yeah,
my
but
shoes.
the thing is, like with Babylon right now, they're trying to save face. They know they don't have the power to go against all
They
these
spread
nations.
out thin, man.
Right, and also
just like ancient Rome.
Right, just like ancient Rome. And ironically enough, Salakia, there was changing anatomies and all this shit was going on. There was a decaying going on, just how it's going on right now.
Right, and then how
Right.
Yahawah tried to put Biden a decaying dead man behind as a president.
Right. Good point. Right.
And who knows? He might win again because
Well, they're talking about we mentioning this thing about JT, about Jacob's trouble. They're speaking about how there's probably sleeper cells.
Oh yeah,
In Babylon.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sleeper super cells on top of that.
Right.
Because there was a line of niggas. There was a line of niggas walking, and there was this one guy asking them, Syria, Japan, this, that, the third, and then the person, he will ask them where you coming from, basically by saying one of those places.
They're coming from Russia too.
Yeah, all over. Yeah. And the crazy thing is that it's not like they're walking in a crowd. They're almost walking like in a line. Yeah. The line ain't perfect, but it's like I guess like muscle memory.
Right.
You know what I mean? They can't help but like walk. And I was like, yo, these niggas look military. Right. And it's nothing but dudes.
Yeah, military age.
Nothing but dudes. No kids,
no
no children, just straight dudes. I heard a chick come out on social media saying that they let all the Venezuelan or Colombian or Peruvian incarcerate out and sent them out here.
Shit. Damn.
Yeah,
I forget which one of those countries, but
you know why? Because
and I don't know if that's true. But
Russia has a hand in South American countries.
Right.
Also, we have
Brazil.
right. We also have traders here in the U.S. who is getting paid by other nations to bring guns to them and all these other things, man. Because Jacob's trouble is coming, man.
Right. Coming quick.
Right.
We're talking about the times that we're living in, man. That's right around the corner too.
Right. Your wickedness, Babylon, has been put in a pedestal, and everybody can see it.
Right.
You want to continue on West Line?
You imagine, man, living in a place where you got mad Jakes just running, just acting out and going to people's cribs and stealing because they think it's like law, but little do they know it's gonna get even worse for them. Right. Because Esau's gonna mow niggas down with the little drones and all this shit.
Drones are powerful. Even Ishmael's using them. So
right.
That's how cheap they are. They effective.
Right.
It's gonna be crazy, man.
Ezekiel 24 verse 9. Therefore, thus says the Lord Yahawah, woe to the bloody city, I will even make the pile for fire. I will even make the pile for fire great. Keep on wood, kindle the fire, consume the flesh, and spice it well, and let the bones be burned.
Right, that's why season it up for me. This is a place where basically an incense stand. It's a place of sacrifice by fire. Right. The Lord's saying basically season it with bones, with the wickedness of the people. That's what's gonna make the flame even bigger. Because this damn kingdom has plenty of wickedness to burn.
Right. It's an altar. Babylon is a huge altar. Man. Right. Was it 9,000 square feet of land or something? I mean, maybe even more than that.
Could be more. Again. Yeah. Ezekiel 24:10.
9,000 square feet. I meant more than that. Way more than that.
Keep on wood. Look it up. Keep on wood.
Raise the water.
Kindle the fire.
Raise the water.
Consume the flesh. You talking about me? Nah,
raise the water.
Yeah, we good, bro. We good. Keep on wood, kindle the fire, consume the flesh, and spice it well, and let the bones be burned. Then set it empty upon the coals thereof, that the brass of it may be hot.
It says burn everything. Burn the bones, burn everything, right? And even when that's burned, what's left is what? The rocks, the metals, right? He's saying burn that too.
Right.
Go ahead.
Then set it empty upon the coals thereof, that the brass of it may be hot, and may burn, and that the filthiness of it may be molten in it, that the scum of it may be consumed. She has wearied herself with lies, and her great scum went not forth out of her. Her scum shall be in the fire.
So basically that's saying that burn the buildings, the people, the earth, the ground, the dirt, all that has to go. See, when you have an incense, you have this metal platter where the carbon burned and then you put the incense on top. He's saying to burn the incense holder with it. That's how much they burn the whole thing. The whole thing gotta go. Melt it all together into one piece.
As a matter of fact, that makes perfect sense because if a Jake was killed, let's say 1,000 feet underground by some wicked ass Edomite or whatever, that's still defiled down there.
Exactly.
So the fire has to reach down there and cleanse all of that.
Right, because remember what happens with rain? It washes down the blood.
Right, it washes down
brings
blood.
It down even
Right.
deeper.
It makes perfect sense, man.
All right, Con. Right,
and it's actually 9,629,091 square kilometers.
You were close.
You divided by 10.
Right. I said 9,000. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Yeah, there's a scripture. Matter of fact, if you could find it, bro.
Right.
It says, the Lord, one of the prophets says, were thou angry with the trees?
Oh, that's Baruch. I think it's chapter 3.
That's why I couldn't find it, because I was looking in the blue letter. Okay.
Right.
You always bring that one out. I heard you reading that one in lessons too.
Right. Because they was talking about, as the brother had just brought out, and Shemaim had just read, talking about the utter destruction. So that the prophet was
Habakkuk.
So like Habakkuk 3, yeah.
Habakkuk 3. Yeah, can you read that, bro?
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 3, verse 8.
Wait. Start at...
yeah, you break it down, bro.
Start at 3.
Yeah.
Start at 3. Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 3. It says, God came from Teman.
Right. So, who came from Teman in the book of Isaiah? Yahawashi. So who is this who coming from Teman?
Right.
I don't
know if it was a rhetorical question or... Yeah.
I thought you was asking the viewers.
It was like quiet,
All right, guys, raise your hands if you know it.
Right.
Like Blue Clues.
We gotta do that when we going live.
Right.
Right.
Common boy.
That's a common boy, right. Come on.
Put a 1 on the board if you know who it is.
Right, put a 1 on the board if you know.
That's Isaiah 63.
Right. Who was this that coming from Teman with dyed garments from Basra?
Right.
Want me to get it right now?
Yeah, go ahead. So we do
All right.
break down this verse.
This is Isaiah chapter 63. I'm gonna start at the beginning. It says, Who is this that cometh from Edom with thy garments from Basra, that his glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Right. So like the greatness of his strength symbolizes the chariot that he rides on. Right. And how much of a powerful figure he is, man, coming in that chariot to destroy out Edom, Esau. Right?
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?
Right, so they were asking him, why are you red in your apparel? Right?
In thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine vat.
Right, he's saying that you got so much blood on you, you look like you were just stepping on wine, like a bunch of grapes.
Right, now,
Type of grapes.
Just a quick edification for you listeners out there, where it says, Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine vat. Understand that this is a metaphorically speaking. Like the Lord is not his presence is going to be so glorious and powerful that no blood will even land on it. As blood is splashing his direction, that should probably evaporate. He's going to have a powerful presence on him. No blood is going to reach him.
Well, what it's really representing is all the killing of the Lord.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I just want to edify that.
No doubt.
Blood is not
Right.
is not going to land on his apparel.
Right.
It just represents what the brother just said. He
It's a
mentions it
it's a
in
metaphor.
Isaiah 65, the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Right, and that's what that's that's right. Because Isaiah sees that the death they were about to read in the book of Habakkuk.
Right.
Wherefore art thou in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine vat? I have trodden the winepress alone. Like talking about Yahawashi, right? Because the scripture speaks about.
Actually, it wasn't even covering it. So, like, you got it, bro.
Right, verse 3. Says, I have trodden the winepress alone. Right, because the scriptures speak about how vengeance is his. Right, vengeance is of the Lord. That's why the Lord doesn't want us to take vengeance in our own hands.
Well, any type of vengeance that a brother would take will be low, super low, level, compared to the type of vengeance that the Lord has to apply to bring this man down.
Right.
You know,
it's like a 1-year-old avenging their father.
Right. You know, all you'll be able to do is maybe draw or scratch dad's fucking car in the bottom.
Or the shoe.
Right. But the Lord will be able to destroy the whole damn car. You know.
Right.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeem is come.
Right. So he's letting you know that when he comes, his sole purpose is to redeem his people and take vengeance for what this nation, the Edomites, has done to his people.
Right.
Right. And then we're gonna read in this book, Habakkuk 3, what the chariots do and what they might look like. You know what I'm saying, to the naked eye.
Right. And can I make a quick point before we read this? For what Shemayim had read, right? For you, with the no, before that, with the whole destruction, when it talks about the stone and everything, and put it, I forget how it was worded.
Oh,
the one that
Ezekiel?
yeah. If you, matter of fact, you can read it real quick.
It
Yeah.
says, verse 10, heap on wood, kindle the fire, consume the flesh, spice it well, and let the bones be burnt.
Yep.
Then set it empty upon the coals thereof, that the brass of it may be hot, and may burn, and that the filthiness of it may be molten in it, that the scum of it may be consumed.
Yep.
She has wearied herself with lies, and her great scum went not forth out of her. Her scum shall be in the fire.
Yep. So as Guayan was breaking down with that verse, right? You know, for you anime fans, right? One of my animes that I would watch is Dragon Ball Z, as the brother Shemayim knows. And when you look at the thing with Cell, you know, with when Gohan, Goku's son, right, for you anime fans, the only way that he can get rid of him was to kill every last cell. He had to completely annihilate it.
Right.
Like the brother said, the scum of it, like all of it. That was the only way that his presence was completely gone out of the earth.
Yeah,
obliterate him. Then that's exactly what that has to happen to the wicked, man. They have to be utterly, what does it say? Son and nephew. Yeah. All of them niggas gotta go, man. You know?
Isaiah 14.
Right. They all gotta go, man. The whole cancer, you can't just get rid of 99% of the cancer. You have to get rid of 100%, man. You gotta get rid of all of it, man, or else it'll come back. You know?
Right. That's what it is, man. It's Edomite is damn cancer.
Right.
You got that
And their rulership, yeah, Salaki, yeah.
We're gonna get to some Baruch, right? We're gonna describe what the chariots of Yahawah Yahawashi look like, man. What it's gonna be like when Yahawashi comes back.
Right.
Back in Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 3 again, God came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise.
Right, so we know that the chariots are big, man. Every eye should see him. Right? It's the Revelations, Revelations 2, isn't it? The ones that pierce him shall see him.
Oh, right. And then there was that scripture when it talks about, I don't know if it was Ezekiel, when he seen a chariot and he looked around to see where there was a mountain cut out of the earth because that shit was so big.
Right.
He looked around and was like, where's a mountain must be missing around here because there's a mountain flying, you know what I mean? It was the fathership, you know, that Yahawashi is going to come riding in on, man. And every eye shall see him.
Revelation 1 and 7, behold, he cometh with clouds.
Right, and those clouds symbolize the chariots.
Right. And every eye shall see him.
Every eye shall see him.
And they also which pierced him.
Right, talking into the reincarnation. The
Right,
people
definitely, because that's a future prophecy.
Right, who was there when he died, who killed him, you know what I mean, who gave him the vinegar. You're gonna taste that revenge of Yahweh.
Think about it. All those eyes that pierced him, they were the unbelievers too.
Right. Yeah, the ones that was chanting him down.
And they didn't believe that was the real son of Yahweh.
Even the 2/3, they were saying crucify him.
Right. The 2/3, the ones that were saying crucify him and wanted him to trade it for the murderer, and the ones that actually, like, what is it?
The Romans that actually,
the Roman soldiers,
the centurions, right, that actually pierced them.
Now, and Christians be like, oh, all prophecies already. Just reading that scripture alone, not the whole book as you want to, not the whole chapter. You could read the whole chapter. That's just that one scripture alone, or those two scriptures the brother read, should prove to Christians that they don't know everything. Right. You know what I'm saying? That they really can't say shit, because how is it that not only are all eyes gonna see him, when he's coming, meaning it hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So these people that are in Israel can't be the people. And on top of that, it says even the ones that crucified him and pierced him.
Right, which is over 2,000 years ago.
You feel me? So it's like, you know,
So even that in itself already proves
right, that
reincarnation.
itself cuts
Right.
everything, man, with Christianity, man.
Right.
You know, they gotta hang up they jersey and that's it, man, because
Right.
that's just over.
Now there was Israelites that were, that I believe were in the elect in that crowd, because in Luke 23:34 says, "Then say Yahawashi, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Right, and the only elect could get forgiveness and salvation.
Right.
So amongst those people that were saying that, there were some elect there, but for the majority there was some 2/3 in there.
Right.
That the Lord's gonna have to take out. What, read that one last time?
In Revelation 1:7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindred of the earth shall wail because of him.
Right. So it's not gonna be a smooth thing, man. It's not gonna be a hugs and kisses.
He said
type of-
wail.
Whale.
Like
Wail.
whale is screaming out
Right.
there.
Yeah,
Howling
like
for
fucking,
vexation.
oh yeah, like
Right.
fucking, oh yeah.
Like, yo, crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
It's gonna be high pitched voice for even like
Right.
the big dudes,
Right.
the
Right.
strong dudes.
And the people that pierced them
Right.
were actually warriors, man. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? They were like fucking demonic fucking.
Scripture speaks about in Zephaniah 1, it says a strong man shall cry there bitterly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And these are warriors, man. They're gonna be crying.
Yeah.
Even it says
all
in
you gangsters out here,
right.
all you thugs,
What's that,
all you fucking people that you think you got
Jeremiah,
some money, right? All you people that
Oh,
you feel
30
strong, you feel like
five.
you got money,
What does it say?
a status,
Right.
you're a
What about
bodybuilder,
men?
you got weapons,
hands
you know what I
upon
mean?
their
You got
bunkers.
community, you got
Well,
followers.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, you
I
don't
think
cry
it's
there
75.
bitterly,
It's
man.
right
Because if
before
you don't
you.
have Yahawah by Shimmy outside, done.
Got nothing.
You got nothing. It's in vain.
6.
Right.
Six.
I got one real quick, brother. Bringing out Jeremiah 30 and 6. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child.
Right, because a man can't travail with child, but the pain that comes with childbearing is the type of screaming that these men are going to feel.
Right. Wherefore do I see every man? So he's saying why then
If
I?
that's not true, then why do I see men like
Crying like women.
yeah, like they're
Where
about to
do
give birth
I,
and shit.
where do I
Right.
see every man with his hand on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness?
Right,
Yeah.
man. And one example we see that in the scriptures was when Yahawah took the firstborn of every child in Egypt, where you can hear mourning throughout the whole
Yeah,
city.
gone.
Right? So this is our
I know
second.
Israel must have been like,
Wait,
Shit.
why
About
is
to go
this?
down.
yeah, like, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, you saw what they did too.
He did that shit.
Oh.
Everybody, they was probably fearing themselves too. Israel,
Yeah.
you know, to a certain extent, like,
Right,
all right,
right.
the Lord God is, hey, we follow what
Right. We
Moses
put the blood
said.
on our
Yeah.
doorposts and everything.
But fear got to touch everybody. The fear of the
Yeah.
Lord got to touch everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, scriptures do say the beginning of fear is the beginning of fear is the beginning of knowledge.
Right.
That's
Fear of the
talking
Lord is
about
beginning.
us.
Right.
First and foremost, the elect, then everybody else, and then the rest of Israel, down to when Israel was in power, when Yahawah, Yahawashi, King David, and the rest of
Right.
the 144 and the nation is in power. Those nations are going to be in fear.
Right. Well, I mean, that, you know, like you brother just bringing up with Egypt, that was a perfect example. Like
Right.
fearing the Lord and believing in what Moses was telling them to do
Right.
led to deliverance, right?
Right.
The wisdom and knowledge shall be
Right.
the stability of
Of
thy
that time.
times. Why?
Right.
Because you already feared the Lord, so you're gonna do what the Lord said, so
And
you're
the strength
covered.
and the strength of your
And your
salvation.
Right.
strength of
Because
salvation.
when
Right, bro.
fear comes, you get people get weak in the knees.
Yeah.
Hey, remember
Yeah.
around that
I
time,
guess so.
Israel
We
saw
Right.
Israel saw some of the pestilence that the Lord put on Egypt before He took their children. So they're like, yo, this is real.
The Lord's already jacking these niggas up.
Right. So
Right.
then the knowledge, right? The fear that they have for Him made them wise to say we have to listen
Right.
to this in order for us to not partake in those same judgments.
Right.
Right. Same thing that's gonna happen to this Exodus.
Right.
Right.
Where they're gonna the men are gonna weep and mourn like women.
And it's
Right.
beautiful because it's gonna get to a point where Israel's not gonna fear the Lord
Right.
anymore because we're gonna be perfect. So there's no reason to go off and fear the consequences of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And the scripture says that the Lord said, "No more shall they be fearful. They shall not fear anything or anyone."
Right,
Right.
because the people who's
gonna
in
be
Revelation
right.
chapter
Right.
1 and the people who are in Revelation chapter 1 and 7 are the ones that are non-believers, right? Because the believers are actually looking forward to that.
Right.
right? They're not worried about, you know, is this gonna affect me in a negative way? You know, although we hope that we are part of that number, man. But we're gonna be hoping that, you know, this place does get taken out. We'll be happy.
You want this jack out?
No, I'm good. I tremble a little bit, but that's
What verse did I have you have? Pull up?
You can go to
Habakkuk chapter 3. Habakkuk?
Yeah.
3 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right, 3 and 3 again.
Yes.
God came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Selah. What's his name? O.J. Simpson joint.
Oh yeah.
The murderer one.
Right.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Right.
Yeah, y'all both got him.
Right. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Nigga put his big ass football hands in there like, with a mad stiff. Look, these clearly fit me, but he put them like this.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It don't fit. You don't put up his hand.
I don't know.
Oh
man. Jake was just happy because we finally got one up on
Esau, man. But that was the when you talk about the other day,
we knew that nigga did it, but we was happy we didn't get caught.
Because the whole thing with Cain. Remember we talk about that?
Right.
You know, Cain, the Lord said you cannot touch Cain or you curse will come out of you sevenfold.
Right, sevenfold.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Jake be like, oh, we finally got whatever this fucking devil, you know what I'm saying?
He ain't killed that white bitch.
Yeah, he killed that white bitch. He got away with it.
Being adulterous.
Right. But the Lord got OJ's number, man. He ain't getting away with
yeah,
shit.
he's asked out, man.
Yeah.
Jake, the curses, even that situation he went to.
Right.
He went from being the juice man
to fucking top.
To like this guy, you see him coming out of hotel and people are like, this nigga, yeah, they should call him the juice, OJ.
Yeah, OJ. Yep.
So is that where that rapper comes from?
OJ the Juice Man?
OJ the
Yeah.
Juice Man?
That's where he got it.
He probably got that from there. Most likely.
Hey.
Verse 3 again. God came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. You know, it's important to know that Selah means like a comma.
Yeah, it's almost like a pause in the song.
Like you just said something so profound, something so official, you gotta like soak that in. So you know, it says God came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Selah.
Right.
His
it's
glory.
Because it's like you hear that a lot in the song. Too.
Right.
It's like a song.
Right.
You know.
You do.
That's
right, brother. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise, and his brightness was as the light. Was as the light.
Right, because remember, some of these chariots, especially in the book of Ezekiel, how the chariots are wheels of fire. Right. So the brightness also symbolizes his righteousness.
Right. He had horns. Yeah, like they say you're a bright person. You know, the Lord is full of knowledge.
Right. It's a positive thing.
He has to shine automatically.
You know. Yeah, the scripture says the wisdom maketh the man's face to shine.
Yep.
His countenance to shine, to water. Yep.
And his brightness was as the light, and had horns coming out of his hands.
Right. Hold that. So now Esau, the damn devil, knows the scriptures, right? And he done made a show that took this verse and made a vehicle out of it. If you guys are familiar with the show Star Trek, right? Now Star Trek, that ship has 2 horns, 2 arms, right? This is what it looks like. And out of the horns comes fire.
Yeah,
right. Yep.
What, read that top?
Right.
And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hands. Right, and when something comes out of your hand, that means your strength, your power, right? Which is the Yahawashi has a sword, which is basically a weapon of war. Right. So he's putting out fire out of his hand. Right. And if you can see that Hollywood tries to mimic the scriptures. Right? Well, what is that vessel called? You guys remember that name of the vessel?
That particular one in the Star Trek?
That particular one?
I'm not sure.
I never watched that.
Shit, what is it called?
Maybe you just look it up.
Sure.
Nah, I remember. I've been saying it. When you say it, I don't remember it then.
So it might be.
Yeah, it talks about lasers coming out of the chariots and everything in the scriptures too.
The USS Enterprise.
Enterprise, right?
Enterprise.
The USS. I know it was the USS, and I was gonna say apprentice or something. But Enterprise, right. Hey, the United States enterprise. It's
Exactly.
enterprise.
So-
Because that's what this devil wants, is to have like, have like everything down so much on smash, so much on lockdown that he got Space Force.
Well,
Because
right.
that particular ship was were explorers.
Right.
They just had weapons in case shit got popping, but you know.
But that's them. Even Esau himself is showing prophecy, because as it says in the scriptures, they've seen Yahawashi and his angels and fight against the Satan and his angels,
Right.
man. And
Right.
there's war in heaven.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's them, basically showing themselves that that they have the power too, and that
Right.
their pride, man.
And Esau definitely got some shit, but it's not gonna
It
compare
ain't
to
gonna
the
compare
Lord.
to the Lord's.
You
They've admitted that already.
there's
too.
that video. I think
Somebody
you
worse.
posted it. You posted that video. I don't know if it was in the group chat or on the gram of that chariot coming out of space, and there was a rocket that was flying. I don't know how many, over 800 miles an hour, and the rocket got close to it, zapped it one way, went to the other side, zapped it again, and came out and went out the same way.
Right.
And said, "Zoom."
And they actually got the real video at the end.
The whole time this shit's going like 500 miles an hour, but
Yeah.
to the chariot it was probably like mad slow.
Right.
And
The
then
way
it
you
was
just pulled up on it.
Heard that shit right here.
Right. And they
Yeah.
show the real video at the end, man,
Right.
which is pretty dope. Can you read that verse one more time?
Yes. And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power.
Right, because like I said, that in your right hand or your hand is where you have your weapon. We're saying that in the sword, and by sword he's gonna not only break asunder the nations, but he's also going to deliver his people. Can you get that in Isaiah?
41.
All right.
That's what y'all wanted from this?
Isaiah 41 verse 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
Right. And in your right hand is what you use, man, to get things done. You see, and that same right hand, in one hand is gonna destroy the nations, but with that same hand, he's gonna deliver the people.
And if I'm not mistaken, the right hand of his righteousness is talking about Yahawashi.
Yahawashi.
Right.
Verse 11. Behold,
It makes sense
all-
because he's like you just said.
that's how we're gonna be
We're
redeemed.
gonna be redeemed through him. We're gonna save through that
Yeah,
right hand. Right.
That's right.
And his right hand is gonna
He's
put
on the
everything
right hand
asunder.
he's on the right hand of the Father.
Yes, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded.
Right, everybody who was a part of that Psalms 83, all the nations that came and took our nationality, our resources, took advantage of us. You see, those are the people that are going to be ashamed because they're going to realize that they done fucked up and the gig is up.
That's right. It says, they shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish.
Right, anybody that comes against this while having the power in our side is going to be broken asunder.
Right, it mentions that in Revelation 18, if I may, brother,
Get that.
because it speaks about how them that are drunken with thee, you know? Speaking about the wine, right, which wine goes into philosophy.
Right.
You see, Babylon, aka America, which is controlled by the Amalekites, the head tribe of Esau, Edom, they have their wine, their philosophies that they push around the whole world, and all these nations come to it and they want to be part of it. You know, they want to be in cahoots with that power nation, which is who? These Edomites.
Cahoots.
You know? So that's a funny word, right?
I was just saying
It sounds like
kazoo.
it sounds like kazoo, right? Like,
Oh yeah, that kazoo shit. Yeah, that
So,
toy.
let me see.
Cahoots.
Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of her wrath,
Right.
of her fornication.
right, all nations had taken part not only in the building up of this nation,
Right.
but also subscribing to their policies to further the oppression of the world
Beautiful.
and all the other
Especially
nations.
especially the oppression of the so-called black men, Latino, Native Americans, which are the true biblical Israelites.
Right, everybody had a hand in our captivity, and by you supplying money, wealth, and allowing this place to grow, you're allowing our strokes to be multiplied. You got a second hand. You got a second hand on that whip.
That's right. Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of her wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Those kings is talking about those modern day presidents.
Right.
See, all these men that have some type of political power in that nation, they are with America. They in cahoots. They have had a part in what the brother just mentioned.
Right. Not only that, fornication stands for a wicked sexual act, but also goes into idolatry, which also could go into spiritual adultery, which means that they had a hand in making us go off in a sense, right? Because in Psalms 83, when they removed our identity, they had proclaimed to be the people of the book. Yep. Then they assigned Ishmael a position on the earth, right? And then they kept that secret to themselves, right? And furthering our confusion. Because at the end of the day, while they're trying to gain riches, they are keeping us under subjection on purpose. So their kingdom keeps going and going. And that's how they commit fornication also.
It says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And so all these other nations, they flourish by joining hand with Esau Edom. Want to be part of this power nation, you know, by trading with them, you know, by making business with them, you know, by having certain companies in their location. You know, a lot of things come from China over here. A lot of things that we have in America come from China.
Yo, and that was all ordained by the Lord. But the fact that Jake is in the midst of Esau and Jake, Israel makes this country as great as it is because of us. Like the Lord also had that. Like, you know what I mean? Like they wouldn't be able to have. We was a part of that element for this man to be that big.
Exactly. Every captivity we went to, we made the Indian nation great.
Right.
We are the one consumer as well. Right. We are the ones that won the war for them.
Yeah.
The Revolutionary War when U.S. Got their independence from Britain. Right. Who won that war? Who was on the front line? Who were the generals? And you don't even see this in your text. Judah was.
Even the platoons.
Right?
Hey,
Judah. Who taught these Edomites how to hunt? That was Gad and Reubenite and Issachar.
And even now in modern times, we 40% I think it is, and it's probably more than that. 40% of the economy is what is it? Like we hold 40% of like the money.
Right.
Jake's.
We contribute to well, if it wasn't for Jake, man, this economy wouldn't be what
it would crash. 40%, even if it is 40%, this country wouldn't be able to surprise last with just 60% of the money flowing.
Because it's probably more than that.
Right, it's probably way more than that.
More like
These
60.
niggas be lying. You know? They have to make it seem like we're the minority.
We're the majority.
Right, we are.
That's clear.
Especially when you talk about all 12 tribes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know, they give us money. They give us our taxes. When is it that they give us taxes?
They give them January, February.
Yeah, February, March. Yeah, around that time.
Okay, I was gonna because then when is Black Friday?
Oh, Black Friday is on the end of
So
after
before that.
Black Friday is after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Friday after Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's December. Yeah, December.
November. Yeah, right after Thanksgiving.
Oh, after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. But either way, we get our taxes and it goes right. They call it fluid money.
Right. Well, it's right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas.
Well, the Black Friday, but then you have Christmas where Jake spends all that fucking money on this bullshit.
Yeah.
And then
all that money we give it either way we give it right back.
And then we get some money back, and then we give that back again.
Right.
Yeah, so
by buying more flat screen TVs,
more stupid shit.
More bullshit, more ugly ass Balenciagas.
Speaking of which, one of the Edomites on TikTok, I don't know who brought it out, but they was talking about putting an end to taxation. Like Edomites are going crazy right now. They have no trust in their own government.
Yeah.
To where they're thinking about just stop paying taxes as a whole. That's gonna cause Amalek to go crazy on this stuff because they don't even like each other.
Well, that's what my dude Dave Chappelle was talking about. And when he was out here in Boston recently, he said, "How dare?" He's like, "How dare you?" Somebody said, "How dare you, a heckler?"
Yeah.
And
somebody told them.
He said, "You shut the fuck." He was like, "No, you shut the fuck up." He was like, "How dare you?" And he was like, "How dare you come to my country get money from my country to go kill children and shit.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Right.
he was speaking the truth, but
Right.
it's like he said in his previous special. He said, you know, if it's what was it? If it's blacks, it's a gang.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's blacks, it's a gang. If it's
Italian,
it's a mob.
And if it's these
these
1948ers, it's a
coincidence.
coincidence.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
They always get the benefit of the doubt, man.
Right, they always get the benefit of
Yeah.
the doubt, but the law, and that makes me angry. That each and every fucking time, but it lets you know how much power they got. Because
Right.
Henry Kissinger, another small hatter, said that they run Babylon.
Right,
He
there's
said that they
also-
run Babylon.
Right.
A lot of 1948ers own the top 8
yeah,
or
yeah.
12
Media companies. Right.
Like you don't need nothing else. Me could come out with a magazine today, it'll be successful. They'll cop it off of us.
Right.
They'll sell it. Yeah, we'll sell it to them.
World Star.
Yeah, World Star. We'll sell
For
it to them.
example,
And then
Right.
they killed the guy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They wanted to buy it off him.
yeah, because they were so famous.
And
Right.
they killed him and just took him by force.
Right.
And now they're pushing even more farther.
More,
Right,
exactly.
right. Because if
Even
you look
on
at it,
BET
always,
too.
there was always Jake.
BET, they, yeah.
And that was
They
commercialized.
only allow you to get to a certain level, and then they don't allow you to get because they don't want you to be on their level. Perfect example: Michael Jackson. He owned half of Sony.
Sony.
Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby wanted to buy
NBC.
CBS.
CBS.
Yeah.
Was it CBS or
Not
NBC?
CBS.
I think it was NBC.
It was one of those
It was
major.
one of the, I think
yeah,
it was
one.
CBS, but anyway,
Yeah, either way,
he,
it was
he
a big
had
one, though.
enough
Right.
money
Yeah.
to buy it.
Yeah,
Right.
And they did not want him to get
Right,
it.
right.
The same thing with remember Puffy. He was trying to buy into the NFL teams and
Yeah,
they didn't
and
let
then
him.
they
He
didn't
had
let
enough
him.
money.
Right.
So
That's why
it's- we always getting
That's why Ice
blocked
Cube
out.
made his own shit.
Right.
Ice Cube made his own sports
Go
shit,
NBA
and
shit.
he's making guap
Right.
off of it. Because Jake is gonna support Jake doing big things either
Right.
way. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like you said, the Esau don't want us in his level.
Right,
Yeah.
because what did Edgar Hoover say? He said we're not gonna allow a Messiah unless we put him.
Unless we
Unless
put
we
him
put
there.
him
The,
Right.
the problem with Bill Cosby owning CBS is that it gives him a big platform to
Right.
put propaganda that benefits the so-called black man.
Well,
Right.
he used to be, even though supposedly he raped all those people or whatever. A lot of Jakes grew up looking at him as a father figure, man.
Right.
From his shows.
He was a positive influence on Jake's, man.
Right.
You know, so
And they didn't like that.
Right. So yeah, so a person like that, even you know, I don't, you know, just kind of speaking as a man, but even somebody like Nipsey, right? That was you know, gangster, but
He had too much of an influence.
he had an influence and he was going in the right direction.
Right.
And he was influencing a lot of Jake
Contrary to
Right.
this
right,
this society.
Right, exactly. To pushing Jake to start using their mind and
Right.
thinking and being more business minded
Yeah,
and,
right.
and figuring out what the fuck these damn
Natural
devils are up
foods
to.
and shit like that.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So they
like,
like
nah,
they
we
can't have
this nigga.
yeah, you can't have dude Jakes like that
We
around, man.
cannot allow these Jakes, these black and Spanish people, to actually obtain what their God wanted to give them, which was some type of morals. Well, the
Right.
Lord, it was straight up morals, but we'll get some type from each other up here. You know, we won't
Right,
get you won't get all the morals that the Lord has set for us, but
Right.
from each other here, we'll definitely, you know, because Jake just want to live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he just
Jake
wanna
just
be
want to
at
live
peace and-
at peace.
yeah.
Have no problems with anybody, but you know.
What the scriptures say, Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
In
You
tents,
know, we
right,
just want
right.
to chill, man.
You know what I mean?
All the extra shit.
And all the wild shit that Jake do get in, they learned
Right.
it from Esau.
Esau.
Even
Yeah.
burning down their own neighborhoods. What Esau was doing, burning down whole towns and shit,
Right,
that
right.
flooding them motherfuckers.
That's why, you know, a lot of brothers been saying niggas are a product of Esau. Man.
Right,
Esau
right.
is the real nigga.
Right.
And,
He's a
and-
real thug.
Yeah, he's a real thug and all that.
That's a heathen custom.
Yeah, Jake just followed after Daddy Esau,
Right.
man, and that's
That's
why
it.
they act the way they do.
All right.
And then Esau is such a damn devil that they use their propaganda against us to profit off us at the
Off
same
us.
time, man.
Right.
So they you know they have the they have the judges in the back pocket. They they set up these prisons and whatnot.
Right.
You know what I mean? And put the music in play. So get the school to prison pipeline going,
Right.
so they can constantly fill their
Right,
line
right.
their pockets, man. You saw
And they hate the
fucking
fact
devil, man.
that Jake, even in a carnal level, has the eyesight to see corruption and
Right.
call it out.
And call it out.
And
man.
call it out. That's
And
what he
still be
hates the
brave
most.
enough, yeah, to be brave enough to call it
Because
out.
you had to have cojones in the 60s,
Oh, my
man,
God.
to come out and speak against this, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle was like, yo, '60s was wild, man. '60s was wild. They killed Malcolm. They killed X. They killed Martin. Evans or I forget the names of the so-called black community leaders or like you know from part of the Black Panther shit. All this shit, right? And then he was like, and all the meanwhile, Bill Cosby raped 50.
I know.
He's making it mad serious.
I know.
And then at the end, hit you with that
like in the middle, in the middle of all that. He just,
that's genius, bro. So his delivery is crazy.
But he was so, you know, Jacob is the salt of the earth, man.
Right.
But he could, you know, but that's, you know, like we always talk about comedy going to comida, you know, food for thought. The reason it's so funny because it's truth in it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You actually got to digest it, man.
Right.
Mentally, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then even physically, it affects you, whether it be positive or negatively. You know, what you hear.
Right.
Words have vibrations.
Right.
Things that's being spoken about has vibration, has an effect on people, man.
Right, bro.
You can see something that makes you happy. You can see something that gets you angry.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or sad or whatever other feelings. You know what I'm saying? But
Yo, we're good. Hour 44.
Yahawashi.
I mean?
Right.
Right.
And that's beautiful, man, because, you know, Yahawah, sometimes gives us signs, sometimes gives us hope, and little pockets of, you know, things like that, man.
His grace is sufficient.
Right, his grace is sufficient,
Right.
man. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing to dwell with brothers, man. Even when in a rainy day like this, man, we look forward for these things, man.
Right.
The times that we in, man, like we read earlier, this is high times to wake out of sleep, man. Any time to be, you know, relaxing and, you know, investing, you know what I'm saying, and checking on these game stats and all that.
Stop it. Hanging up your garment to go make a fucking rap career for yourself.
Right, that's wild, man. How are you gonna know the you know, the Yahawah has gave us a job, right, and an opportunity, man, and it's not to be taken lightly.
Right.
You see
I
what I'm
don't know,
saying?
especially when you was probably over here prophesying, talking about how Satan rules in there and how all the demonic shit that you got to do, and here it is, you want to go and join that
Just to buy
but
your
always
mama
like,
house?
man, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna put demons on you.
Spirit is not with him
Just
because
kill you.
Right.
you can still. The scriptures talk about use it or don't abuse it.
Right.
You can still work your ass off
Right.
and still try to buy your mom's a house,
Right.
and if for some reason the Lord comes before that, then so be it.
Right.
But for you to say, hold up,
put it to the
this
side.
9 to 5
Let
is
me
not
stop it
doing me
completely.
good.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go above and beyond. Put the truth
It is
away,
good, but it's
right,
good,
and try to make fast money through a rap career, so I can help out my mama do.
Jake.
That means the Lord was never
the one
dealing
that
with
walked
you.
by.
Trying to act like
We
nobody
just
sees
brought out
you.
these
Everybody's
scriptures how
feeling you, bro.
in 2nd Ezra it says, measure thou the time diligently in itself. The brother brought out Romans 13:11. It is high time to awake out of sleep. You see what I'm saying? Like in the times that we're in right now, right? We gotta be circumspect. The Lord gotta be dealing with you for you to understand that we have to use the word but don't abuse it, and you cannot leave this truth.
Right.
In the times that we're in right now, we
can't.
gotta seek the Lord 100 times
He's
more.
nearer than
10
we-
times more. It was salvation nearer than when we believe.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? How you gonna go back to the world and say, let me put this off for a little bit?
Right.
No, you.
'Cause
How you
nothing's
gonna put
happening.
this off when the economy is about to crumble completely,
Right.
and we about to go into a digital currency?
Right.
You're gonna
You
be
know
out
what
there
I'm saying?
in Jacob's
Right.
trouble.
How you
Buy
gonna
my
put this
mixtape.
off when we in world talk?
Buy my mixtape in
Right.
Jacob's trouble.
That's right. We in war talk.
Right.
How you gonna put this off for a little bit? It just shouldn't make
Hey,
no sense.
Elder,
Look at that witch over there.
Elder Manatazakbar made a beautiful lesson speaking on, and the title was now is not the time to be acting weird, something like that. Y'all peeped it? Y'all saw it?
No.
Because Jake is acting crazy these days, bro. And he was talking about, mostly his topic was on Jakes that are in the truth. I know that they're Jake that's just doing weird shit.
Right.
You know, Grandma Ye, Habakuku, not Habakuku, Habakuku. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Auntie Goats. The new name for the Lord.
Grandma Ye.
Grandma Ye.
Barbara Soul.
Barbara Soko.
So,
Like a boop boop.
I mean, it's good, bro. The spirit left him, bro.
Right.
And he's like, yo, this was given to us, and we held it back.
Right. Yeah, how you presented
held
it.
his name back.
And then the whole time, the shit niggas is doing this.
Yo,
and teaching that shit like 1,000 years ago.
And his right hand man, Meatball. I'm gonna start calling. He look like a fucking
he do
meatball.
like a meatball, yeah.
And Meatball is over there. Like yo,
Dumb and Dumber,
that
right.
nigga's bugged out, bro. Like you looking at him, and
He's
then
like, you should tell him the secret, man.
he'll randomly start saying shit like if he's onto something, and then he'll hold his peace for like a little bit, and then randomly.
Nigga used to rock those wooden beads.
Oh yeah,
the
the
one
Kumbas,
that
Kumbas.
I don't even think he was part of GMS.
Nah, I guess
Yeah.
he was just going in.
Yeah.
Because he was reported. He was ordered to report to a certain branch out there.
Bro, see that? They got the
cameras.
cameras and everything.
Right.
He was reported to. He was ordered to report to a branch in Mississippi.
Mississippi, right?
And he did it because he followed.
Grandma Ye?
Yeah, he followed Grandma Ye. You know what I mean?
Yo, this is why it's a beautiful thing that Bahasham Yahawashi has, kept us as brotherhood, man, closer and tighter than ever, man.
Right.
We started from humble beginnings, man.
Right.
And,
Been through a lot.
Right, man. And I'm blessed to be with you, man.
My brothers from St. Here, bro.
These are my flesh. If you give me Sirach 25 and 1.
Yep, this is the book of Sirach, otherwise known as Ecclesiasticus 25, verse 1. And 3 things I was beautified,
Right, the Lord sees these things as beautiful things, man. He is cheerful when he sees these things, right?
and stood up beautiful both before the Most High and men, the unity of brethren.
Right, this is the unity that we have through the strength of Yahawashi that we learn under GMS, man, the spirit that Yahawashi put on those men to continue the work for us to be here today in unity is a beautiful thing in the sight to Yahawashi.
Right.
Right?
The love of neighbors.
Right. We love our neighbors, man. The ones who put in the work, the ones who live in righteousness, the ones who believe the 100% truth.
Right, and if I may real quick, your neighbors is Israelites.
Right.
Right.
So even if you are set up to be a 2/3, then that's just gonna be your final goal. But until that, we out here prophesying the downfall of Babylon. We out here prophesying to our people, preaching repentance, preaching the gospel to who? To the sheep.
Right.
So we don't know if you're 2/3 or not. You might act like one. That's up to the Lord. But we out here showing you love, right? Open rebuke is better than secret love.
Right.
That's true love. When we out here, if you love me, feed my sheep. So when we feeding the sheep, that's us loving our neighbors. Even if you come out here and act like a nigga, I keep it moving,
Hey,
brother.
the
You have a good day. And if you take it or not, we're showing you love by preaching unto you the gospel, which is the good news. We're preaching love to you by preaching repentance onto you, which is how a way that you're gonna be saved by repenting. You see? That's love right there. That's showing love to our neighbors.
Right.
Right.
Like what the brother said, we're about to bring it out. If you could read that from the
Right. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Right, because you're not warning the 2/3 about what the wickedness is. It's wicked things in itself. It's a wicked thing in itself, right? Because you're basically allowing that man to die. You're washing your hands by not letting that man know where he's going off, and that's how you love your neighbor. Go ahead.
Right.
Thou
The scriptures say open rebuke is better than secret love.
Right. The brother quoted that beautiful.
Oh, God.
Beautiful precept.
Thou shalt in any way, in any wise, rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Right. Right. Because what happens? Because what is the outcome of sin? Is death.
Death,
You
right.
see what I'm saying? So you're killing your people, man, by not warning the people. See, this is why Yahawah.
That's a form of hate, in other words. You don't tell your people.
Right. So
Because
that.
if warning is the love,
Yes.
then not warning is the hate.
Hey, exactly.
Right, you know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
If you're not gathering, you're scattering.
Yes,
Right.
exactly, brother.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. So the Lord said that loving your neighbor, which like the brother brought out, was teaching the people where they're going off. He loves that. He loves his workmen. He loves the people who do the work for him, who was his mouthpiece.
Right.
This is what the Lord loves. You can read that from the top of the Kushab.
Yeah, come on. Sirach 25 and 1. In 3 things I was beautified, and stood up beautiful both before the Most High and men, the unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together.
Right. So a household that is in unison, right? And that also sometimes symbolizes the church as well. You know what I'm saying? When we all in unison, because Yahawashi is our bride, it's our bridegroom, man.
Right, right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Exactly. It's symbolic.
we're
Right.
one with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. Yahawashi loves that.
Right, because The word marriage simply means to be joined together.
Right.
You know, so we are joined together with Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man.
Right. It's a beautiful thing when you're on one accord
Right,
with
on
the Lord.
one accord, right.
Right. And even in our own households, man, when the wife is actually listening to the man, you know, it's a righteous thing. Because it's in Rock chapter 26, it says that a wicked woman is given up to a wicked man.
Right.
So if you got your house in order, that means that the Lord is dealing with you. You're saying in a sense where, you know, it's going out smooth for you. But,
Right.
you know.
And to all you brothers as well, man, understand that you know, this is Babylon, man.
Right.
So all our women is corrupted.
Right.
All our women is cooked. You know, and I say that, you know, humbly. Like, if you're a sincere sister and you listening, listen, man. If you're in Babylon, every single one, because even the people, the women that say things true,
Right.
they're the ones that be sometimes even more fucked out.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? But all our women, we basically, and this is just how it is, all right? If you don't like it, it is what it is, right?
Right.
We basically choosing the best out of the worst. All you women is not in order. It don't matter because you're like this and that, and then when we mention Isaiah 4:1, when we mention we can have concubines, when we mention we can have other wives, just, you know what I'm saying? You thinking you in order, you liking what we preaching, but then just because a girl talked to me, you got a problem? First of all, she just talked to me, or I just talked to her. That woman could be my wife or my concubine, but all we doing is just talking, or not even in the talking state. We just conversated. You got a problem, now you acting like a demon, you're out of order.
You know something though, but there are gonna be women that believe in that. There's women that believe in everything that the prophets say, because the scriptures do tell you, you know, that out of 1,000, Solomon found not one woman. But if you was to check 2,000, 3,000, you probably would have found one. You have maybe no, you know exactly what you mean.
Even the elders say, all these women is hard.
Right. Because you have women, you got women like Mary Magdalene. You know what I'm saying? The sister that washed the Lord's feet with her hair. And the scriptures tell you when he went to raise Lazarus, it clearly tells you that the Lord loved her. You know, Yahawashi loved her specifically, and them. You know what I'm saying? So if there's reincarnation, there got to be these women back in here. But for the most part, it is easy, being the weaker vessel, to go from being good to from going from 0 to 100. You know what I mean? Or from 100, how you should be, right, to 0.
Right. We also don't blame 100% the women also, because remember, we are here in a land of defiled breath.
Right.
These people are fucking with our hormones.
Right. Everything.
Right?
Yeah, we all messed up.
The women's hormones out of whack already.
Hey, and even us, we go through things where a brother gotta check each other, because demons hop on us, man.
Right. Well, that's why
If we didn't have that, if we didn't go off, then we wouldn't need Yahawashi. So obviously,
exactly.
we're not
I was gonna
100%.
say that's why we need Yahawashi.
Right, we need, yeah.
Because the whole head is sick.
Spiritually, we
Right.
there.
Right.
But carnally, because of the carnal,
Spirit's willing.
and what is it?
But
What
the
is
flesh
the
is
scripture
weak,
says? The
that's
flesh
right.
is weak, and also that these chains of darkness. Because of the chains of darkness,
Right.
that 100% spiritual part of us can't be like all great in this side just yet. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we in the place of drawing waters, we will rehearse our righteous
Exactly.
acts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna be 100%.
Right. That's exactly why the Lord said, "I'll forgive them, and they shall be my people." Like He's gonna forgive the sins that brothers, you know, do unwillingly in this walk of ours, because that's the only way we are able to have access. If He actually does forgive us.
Yeah, because
even though you
doomed.
accept the Lord and believe in the Lord wholeheartedly, you know, you can still go off here and there.
Right.
But the Lord has to forgive
That's
us
why,
for that.
what is it talking about? And it says, we were, I think Apostle Paul said we were relieved through Yahawashi from the curse of the law.
Right.
Because if we were completely bound and we didn't have grace to the law,
Right.
then we would be through. The whole nation would be through.
Right. Fine.
If you break one commandment, you break them all.
That's right. That's
So
right.
just like the brother had mentioned earlier, Shemaim, it was talking about mixed fabrics. Just that in itself, or being around our wives when they're on their monthly.
Right.
You know, things like that, or just being around women, period, when they're around their
You
monthly.
can't help,
know?
you
can't even help
If you
that.
hopping on the bus, she's probably the driver with her monthly. The person you sitting next to you, the person you holding the pole with over here, like, you never know.
The water's polluted with medications from psychiatric medication.
Right.
People flush their medication, and we cook with this shit.
Which is why we say, Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi, Babakusha, 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 Barak Ma'akaz, Yahawashi, which is bless our food and our beverage.
Right.
Because You have to. Everything's
Yeah,
everything's polluted.
Right.
It's by the grace of the Lord that we're not consumed.
Right,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? It's those prayers of faith that you make.
Right.
Those, you know, that the Lord look out and does blesses you, does probably activate nutrients, minerals, and stuff like what you eat.
And that's why all these different prophecies about, the Lord shortening the days for the elect's sake, because there will be no flesh left to be saved. That all this ties all in.
Right.
With what we've been speaking about this whole time about prophecy and the end times, and Esau coming down with great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time.
Right.
Jacob's trouble.
But don't get it twisted. I'm not at all going against what the brother was saying. A large majority of our women in the truth are cooked, are just gone. Because they think they know a couple things, a thing or two, as they say, and they go completely left, man. But then you have women that don't even have husbands, and they're also rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of their ability.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I saw one of the brothers in GMS, I forgot who it was. He was like, I'd rather hear a woman say, my husband said, than the Lord said. You see what I'm saying? Because
that'll be order.
Right.
That'll be order. But they don't know, a lot of women don't understand that.
Right.
But then you have sisters that,
because they married to Jesus.
Right.
And I think that was a beautiful point, man, because at the end of the day, it's the men that teach the women. There's no place for the women to go at the man and quote a Bible scripture going against him. That's all.
We are woman's Yahawashi. We are woman's savior.
Right.
Job and his wife.
Right.
Here goes, you got the most right. Your husband, you're married to the most wisest man on that land, and you go and you tell him, well, he's wise, and you still tell him, well, curse your God and die.
Yeah, curse the Most High and die. Like,
it's like, bitch, you sound like those bitches from the market and shit, yapping and shit. Like you make no sense. You crazy?
Right.
That's why he said the wisest words that he said right there at the end. Shall we receive good from the Lord and not evil?
Right.
Meaning bad times?
Right.
Of course not. We're gonna receive both of them.
Right. All things come from Yahawashi.
You know?
Right, because Satan knows how to tempt the weaker vessel.
Right. Once in a blue, you gotta throw up a prayer saying, Lord, thank you for all the good and all the evil in my life. Because the bad times that you go through, that you're supposed to take cheerfully, those are the things that reinforce you in the spirit to keep going, man, to keep moving.
Right. They actually build up your faith. As long as you're looking at it through the right lens, that's what it's all about.
Sometimes you'll be the type of person, you'll be active and doing certain things, and then you go through something and you feel so kind of down, right? Because you went through something that you don't go and you do those normal activities that you were doing.
Right.
How much more when the Lord is afflicting us, chastising us, so we can stop doing things that we really have to fall back from.
Right.
That you finally realize, like, man, you know what? I'm not doing that no more. Fuck that, and you change your ways, man.
That's right.
Well, so like I was gonna say, for you women out there who's watching, right? It is best, right, just to bring peace to that man's household. You know what I'm saying? Be at peace, man. You don't have to agree with everything he says, but at least if you see a man doing the work of the Lord, right, give that man peace. Don't argue with that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let it go. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what I'm saying.
Stop being a headache.
Right.
Be that piece of like you don't understand what it is to be an Israelite man. To be an Israelite man, we already going against the whole world, right? The whole world's already going against us. We are being we are hated by the world because the world hates Yahawashi one. So it's a spiritual battle. Every time we go somewhere, people are already looking at us or talking to us a certain way. It's because the demons in them know our spirits. Right. You see what I'm saying? So we already going against the world. One, we already going against in the job environment, all these fucking men and annoying ass women in the job environment. Two, right? And everywhere we go, where we drive and anywhere we go, see, life for men out here it's not as easy as you make it seem.
In the truth and outside the truth.
You women want to be men so badly, and then you realize how difficult it is. Right. You know. But what you understand is that we're not complaining about how difficult it is because men need that tribulation and that difficulty.
We know how to deal with that
to make us strong. Right. So we're with the shit. We understand it. But when we go back home, we're already dealing with the shit. Right. You don't want to come back home and deal with your shit. Right. Just be that. We chose you because we wanted you to be that peace of mind.
Let me read a sentence. Let me read a real quick stats
don't be a pain in the ass. Don't be a headache.
Let me read some stats right from CDC, NCH, Bureau of Prisons, and Psychology Today, and CSO. Right? It says male privilege be like right. 78% of suicides are men. 68% of homelessness, are men. 93% of prison inmates are men. 80% of murder victims are men. 98% of military casualties are men. 92% of workplace fatalities are men. Now, this is men in and out of the truth.
Right.
Because some of these things like suicide, that's a whole demon on you. Right. You know what I mean? Once you come into the truth, the Lord takes
there's a
those
higher
demons.
percentage of men that commit suicide than women.
Yeah,
Why?
I just read it.
Because of because of what type of world we live in. We in a world where, first of all, everything is against men. Men, you can't even be like, now we have women telling us what a man should be.
Right.
When our natural instincts tell us otherwise, but now we're machismo.
No, because
we're toxic. We're this and that.
Women know how to be a man.
Yeah.
They say they know. You're not a man. You don't do this and you don't do that. You don't even know how to be a man. Like, they have their little shit that they say, but it's like, how you know if you
don't even know how to be a woman?
If you got
right, you don't even know how to, you haven't mastered being a woman, but you gotta tell me how to be a man.
Right.
You're a whole woman trying to tell a man what's a man. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. That makes no sense, you know?
Right. And then what we were saying was basically like, these women, you're supposed to be a piece onto your husband, like the brother brought out. Like, we got stressed out from work, life. You know, especially in the truth, you got way more demons you're dealing with. You know, say they have to come home to fight more demons? Nah, man. That's not the way.
You know how the saying goes.
Yeah.
You know how the saying goes. Put yourself in my shoes.
Right.
There have been literal women that have disguised themselves as men, and especially even if they look still feminine or whatever, women that are that. I mean. If there are those some trans people that turn into men or whatever, women that turn into men, and they go through that, they take the hormones and they straight up and down look like men, they have testified, right, saying that, yo, men got it bad, yo.
Yeah.
Men are like the most unloved creatures on earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
From the second you wake up, you're getting attacked, man.
We're supposed to, pause, take everything in. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the stress that life gets us, and our women, we're just supposed to take that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ain't gonna be like that too long, right? I'm gonna bring up this last piece and we can close out. This is the
They
book.
be like, men don't cry or whatever. Dude, you don't know if men be in the showers, but it's not like we're gonna be
We're not gonna
do it for hours, get on our
We're
knees.
not gonna cry in front of you.
You'll be brushing.
We'll break bread with brothers.
You'll be lathering up, and tears just come down your eyes, and you don't even, lips shaking a little bit. But then what you gonna do?
Right. You just suck it up.
Wash your shit up,
Act like nothing happened.
and then keep it moving, because you don't solve nothing. A woman will want you to show your feelings, and then once you do it, she'll resent you for that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
She'll see that as a weakness.
Right.
And go to the next top.
Right. Hey,
right.
A chick herself came out saying, yo, you're never gonna satisfy your woman. Your woman's happiness is not based on what you could do for her. That's what she was saying. She was like, yo, if the Lord couldn't do it himself, how you gonna do it? You know what I'm saying?
That's excellent.
And then also that goes into like yourself, like, your happiness is your happiness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
just because you had a quick little argument with your man don't mean like, oh, let me feel bad for the rest of the week. Like, no, man, like, suck it up and keep it moving.
And I was gonna say, and that's the natural order of a woman is to follow. You know what I'm saying? Follow the man.
Right.
So once you exert yourself or present yourself in a certain way and present confidence, and listen, I'm doing this, I'm going this way, and you're dead set on going that way.
Right.
She just now she has nothing but a choice but either follow you because you're still going, or she can go somewhere else. But I don't care what you do, but I'm still going that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and that's what when women come across real men, they notice that, and that's what the times that we're coming into, like you said, Isaiah 4:1. You think about the book of Eli. The woman was following. Denzel was going. He didn't give a fuck if she came or not. He told her not to come, but she was just still following him. He's doing his thing, killing niggas and shit, doing all that, but she's still following him because he was on a mission and she knew.
And then she almost gets
he had
out
something
there.
special.
He had to come back and
And he was special.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There was something special about him. He taught her how to pray and shit. You know what I'm saying? Not shit, but he taught her how to pray. And all that. So and that's what is a lot of these women are gonna realize what a true high value man is in these days to come, man. And it's not what you think.
It sounds like a joke right now.
Yeah, you think we're joking, but you'll see.
We can see it.
Yeah.
Man. Just like in that little dream I had, man. Imagine if it was just a bunch of girls that ordered food, Moabite came to deliver the food, and then a bunch of dudes went up in there. They're not gonna kill y'all. They're gonna run through y'all. They're gonna ravage you.
Right.
And then if you on some like hysterical bang and silence you or whatever, and the one that's like not that she's down with it, but a little more submissive or what, they're gonna grab that bitch and take her with them and pass her around.
She'll just be riding with them or whatever, you know.
But to survive.
Right. But these I just seen an article of a Instagram model or whatever a couple weeks ago was killed in LA, fucking bound, beat, and stuffed in her own fucking refrigerator, man. This is the type of shit that we're coming into, man.
Right.
You know, so you fucking proud ass bitches out here, man. Y'all, hey, y'all gonna be humble very quick, man.
I've been seeing crazy shit on IG, bro, and I'm just saying, like, all right, she's independent.
Yep.
Take care of that.
You don't need a man.
I see some shit where this girl, she's doing the live stream with another girl and a homeboy. They're doing a live stream, and then she hears something. Her cat hears something, you know, and supposedly somebody walked through her kitchen, and she didn't even know how that person got in. And then she's like, "What the fuck?" She's looking around, and then out of nowhere, this is on live camera. Her front door opens, and you see that it opens, and then it closes. And then she thought it was one of her friends playing a prank on her, and then she was like, "Oh shit, that's not him. Who was that?" She goes and locks the door. She's over there alone, careless, leaves the door unlocked. You know what I mean? And she's over here live streaming, and in my mind, I'm like, she's strong and independent, right? She got this. She don't need no man, because that's something like, listen, man, you woman.
You could tell that.
You woman, in times of trouble, men are not gonna take care of you. Understand this shit, right? Men are not gonna take care of you because you have been a fucking a demon towards men.
Right.
You women are so prideful and arrogant. Why? Because you see, what does the scripture speak about? When they should say peace and safety, then shall how does it go? When they should say peace and safety, then shall destruction come. Right. You ladies have been in a time of peace and safety for too fucking long, to the point that your false sense of oppression, yes, false sense. Oh, you bitches were fucking at home cooking and cleaning, taking care of the children, doing nothing, laying back, watching TV. And now, and that's what you were fighting against? Right. So that you can go and fucking work your ass off because, and we were also being abused. That's a small percentage. Yeah. It's not a normal thing for men to go home and just smack the shit out that bitch for no reason. Now, is there men that do that? Yeah. And is that right? No. But that's a small percent. Not every man is a fucking woman beating all that shit.
But that's your property, man. You do it at your property.
So you woman, you have a false sense of oppression and a strong sense of hatred towards masculinity and towards real men. So in time of calamity, trust and believe that men are not gonna take care of you, man. Right. That's when we see all these videos of shit happening, women at the gym, and then you see men don't even go and help. A woman, a fucking weight falls on her, she gets hurt, and no men come to save you. And that's what you get.
That's what they asked for.
That's what you asked for. Because you don't need us.
That's the energy that they
You independent. You independent.
Yep.
You're independent. You're stronger than us. You're smarter than us. You're more emotional intelligent than us. You're better than us at everything. So you don't need us.
And Esau's a piece of shit because he's the one, he helped forward that because they show that in the movies all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always some woman leader leading a bunch of men and she's whooping their ass and she's smarter than them.
Look at Mad Max, the last one that they made. It was with Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
She painted like herself black over here, whatever. They had to like do crazy shit to her to make her look like this beautiful chick could be like this, whatever, you know.
Right.
But it was a dude before that, you know.
Right. That's what this country breeds, man. These wicked monster, independent spirits, man.
Right.
That whole transitioning of roles, gender roles and shit.
Right.
They're making harlots out of they're making harlotry a trend.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
The equality you fought for is to be a harlot, right?
Right.
Literally.
You
women fought for equality so that you can be a whore on Instagram now.
Now a man.
That's literally what you fought for. Like, you women are so.
And now a dude.
Simplicity, man.
And now a dude with tits could get the Woman of the Year award.
Oh my God. Yeah.
This place is just
It's like you congratulations,
so you
played
yourself.
yourself.
And now a man is getting your award.
Right. A man is more of a woman than a woman.
So they're slapping the face.
They played themselves, man.
Right.
And it's beautiful that they played
But
themselves.
it is beautiful. It is beautiful.
Yeah, because it's the Lord. The Lord's literally
it's the
mocking
Lord,
your
yeah,
ass.
Right.
You asked for it, you got it. Now, how do you feel?
Right, and now this kingdom that pushes harlotry as a trend, man, is coming to an end.
Right.
And so is the pride of these women.
Right.
This is
And
the
what's
book.
that? Oh, Maslaki, I was just gonna quote it. And the Lord said that this would happen. He would create a new thing in the earth.
Right.
A woman shall compass a man, man.
Right.
So this is all still the Lord's program, no matter how any.
Like
how
when you don't go to your
feel about it.
supervisor and you don't go to your manager, you go to your supervisor. You circumvent your manager.
You go right
That's
around.
what they
them. Right.
Oh, I don't. You don't want to buy me this, buy me that. You go and you ask Esau for it.
Right.
You apply for Esau, and then he'd be like, all right, well, listen, you just $8. You can start this process. Kick your man out. We're gonna start
They'll give
sending
you money
you
every month.
Yeah.
And everything.
And you're gonna be straight. Don't
Right.
worry, I got you, baby.
Yep. They go right to Daddy Esau.
Right at Daddy Esau.
Yep. But once Daddy Esau stops fucking with you bitches,
Right.
then what you gonna be? Then that's when they're gonna come back.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. When that
There's women that is repenting from it. Right. They making testimonies and shit like, yo,
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck I wanted to be independent, this, that, and the third.
This shit is whack.
This
you
shit
know?
is whack.
It's hard.
I don't want
can't
to
deal
work.
with it.
Yeah, bro.
Yep.
right. And it's coming to an end, man. But call on Yahawashi.
Yeah,
Yahawashi.
Yahawashi. It reminds me of that Biggie Big Pun song when his wife cheated on him or whatever. It was like, come back to me. You ever heard that song? Punish me. You know what I'm saying? But that's how these bitches are gonna be, man. They're gonna be coming right back. But then the especially the men of the Lord.
Let me get your last name.
Exactly.
I'll eat dirt.
I'll eat
Right.
dirt. Just let me be called by thy name.
Isaiah
To take away
4:1,
my
man.
reproach, man.
Right. And that's why you women out there who's listening, man, it's always right to always stay kingdom minded, man.
Right.
Kingdom minded, in your role is to give peace unto your man.
Right.
In order.
Right. If you truly believe, that's what you will do.
If you love the Lord, that's what you gotta be doing.
Right,
Right,
because
this
he's a shield onto you, man. As Yahawah shines a shield onto us, your husband is a shield onto you.
It trickles down.
It goes down,
Whatever we benefit, eventually they benefit from it too.
Right.
You know, because of the Lord holding us down, we're able to hold them down.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. This is the book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 22. A harlot shall be counted as spittle. Right? Nothing but spit. That's why you women, your mentality, man, is garbage. See what I'm saying? The Lord don't like that. See? It says, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. You see? As we brought out earlier, the stress of life is bad enough. Then we got to deal with you, that's supposed to be the love of our lives, right? Giving us hell, man. That's why men die of heart attacks.
Be a peace unto them. Like literally, you come back from a stressful day,
Right.
And we're somebody that now you can forget all of that, and
Right.
just for a brief moment or for the next 8 to 10 hours, while you're at home chilling, and then you go to sleep to go do the same thing all over.
Right.
You're able to be in this peaceful place where you could gather your thoughts as a
Reset.
man.
Right.
Yeah, reset,
Reset yourself.
reboot.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Right.
Keep them going. Have your
Right.
time to pray, to read.
Yep.
You know, connect with the Lord.
Yep.
Because while you're at work, you're just thinking about all these things that you know, and quotes and stuff of the scriptures that in your mind. But when you're finally home in a place of peace, then you're able to do what you have to do.
Right.
You know.
Your house doesn't have to be more chaotic than the street. 'Cause
Right,
what's the man gonna do? I said I'd rather live in the wilderness than
Then
live
that
with a
whole
wicked
piece
woman.
with a serpent, man.
Right.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Dwell with a lion.
Yeah,
Dwell with
it
a lion,
compares them. It
right.
compares them to
Exactly.
like a leak, a leaky faucet.
Right.
You know, when you go poop, you hear
Right.
the droplet over and over.
Right.
It don't
Right.
stop. That
Right.
shit after a while, that
Yeah,
shit pisses
what is
you
that
off.
Chinese water torture when they got water
Right,
hitting
right.
in the forehead?
Yeah,
That's
hitting you in the
that's
forehead.
what a mouth, what the mouth of a woman does
Right,
to a
right,
man.
right.
Right,
It's basically like it's just vexing.
It's like children, bro.
right.
Children, eventually you gotta be like, yo, shut up already. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. After a while,
After a while, you're like,
dealing
yo,
with it,
shut the
just
fuck
boiling up.
Right, and then
Right.
they all put that little adorable face like, oh.
You know
and
that
then,
reminds
alright,
me.
Let's be quiet now.
That reminds me of this precept. Sirach 25, also known as Ecclesiasticus 25, 19 and 20. It says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, let the portion of a sinner fall upon her, right? And the portion of a sinner is what? Death.
Right.
But these women are nothing but just ravaging demons, man.
Right.
Satan's mouthpiece.
Right.
Right. Verse 20, as the climbing up a sandy way to the feet of the age, right? An old man running up a sandy hill, it's vexing to a point where like,
Right,
damn,
right.
your heart rate
Fucking,
raised
I
to a point
can't.
you feel like you're about
Yeah.
to die.
That's true, bro.
Imagine walking in the sand when it's not wet. It's just dry
Right,
sand.
yeah. You just
Right.
keep falling. It's like you just
Like,
can't
oh, shit.
get over it. It's like, damn,
And I
this
could
shit will
testify
never
to
end.
that. That's true, man.
Yeah.
You could have everything all set for you, and if your woman is contrary
It'll
to
ruin
you,
everything,
it'll
bro.
ruin everything.
It'll
As a
ruin
matter
your
of fact,
it'll ruin your whole
your whole
fucking
day, yeah.
It's
Right.
crazy,
even
bro.
even the scriptures say that a man establishes like the law in the household or whatever, and the woman, the wicked woman, destroys it.
Exactly.
You
That's
know?
what- yeah, man. That's why the that's why a portion of a sinner should fall upon her, man.
Right.
These women do deserve death, man. Now you righteous women out there doing the right thing. Right. So back to verse 20 says, as the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Right. The man came from work all quiet, already stressed the fuck out. Nigga wants to fucking take a shower and just eat his plate. This woman's like, hey, did you do this? You do that? But why did you do it? See, I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
second you walk through the fucking door.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Messages as in your phone as long as the goddamn Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not reading all this shit.
Right, man. So the moral story is, women, man, just make it easy on your men. So that's all.
That's
So make it easy on yourself, man.
In simple,
It'll benefit you.
in a simple, nice way.
Right.
Right.
Hey, but
And that's why you
overall,
shut the hell up.
hey, but overall, truth be told, that's what a righteous woman would do, and a righteous woman would be the ones to have the best opportunity to be saved in the wrath of the Lord.
Right.
So if you're doing the opposite of that, and all you're doing is yap. Hey, if your man's being wicked, or something, he's doing something that you don't understand, even though he is justified in the scriptures or whatever.
Right, he's going through something.
Don't not only that, but don't even pray to the Lord. Pray. That's your who you complain to also, man, who you beg. Also, the Lord don't only look out for the men, he look out for the women too. But that's the order. That's the only way you can circumvent a man is by praying to the Lord.
Right, rub his back. Also, my back is right located in
how important a man is to a woman? Hey, there's certain oaths that a woman makes that a man could take that back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't do that to your husband.
Right.
Oh, there's no way you could do that. And it's allowed and lawful in the eyes of the Lord.
Right.
So like, you gotta weigh out you gotta pick your fights wisely.
Right.
You know what I mean? You especially if you're dealing with a man of the Lord, man. If you bucking up against him, you're really bucking up against your own salvation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Point blank. That's actually what we mean. After saying everything we said, even if it sounds a little too harsh or whatever, that's the whole point of it, man.
Right.
You going against your man is you going against your own salvation,
Right.
man.
We're not women bashing. We're just trying to open up to you all that we need help. You know what I mean? And that's what you're made for. Women is a help to a man.
Right.
Yeah.
Help me.
The woman is made for man, not man for the woman.
Right.
See, we asked for a little help. That's all. Anybody got anything else?
No.
All right, we want to close out, man. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakodash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who we've learned this truth from, right? Shalom to the hopeful elect Christians, word and truth sincerity, to your ribs and to your sisters out there learning silence, stay in the order. I want to say Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Kwam Yashara.
Kwam Yashala.
Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.